What's up? What's going on? How we doing? Lube the chair. No, the chair's good. The chair's fantastic. The chair has bearings like I've never seen before. It makes no noise. And it swivels like a ridiculously well with like basically zero friction. It's wonderful. Long time no see. Hello. How we doing today? How y'all doing today? It's Wednesday. I think it's not too far off from many of y'all going back to school, for those of you in higher education. Mr. Zrinch, the flight was good, but I got sick either from the old people sitting behind me on the plane or the unwashed masses at the airport. Yeah, that's flying for you. Flying is essentially residing in a flying petri dish for hours on end, huffing recycled air. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience if you've never flown before in your life. They totally don't treat you like cattle unless you shell out several thousands of dollars, if not more, for a more comfortable seat away from the unwashed masses. They totally don't treat you like cattle and feed you hardtack and swill. A micro portion of hardtack and swill before they boot you off the fucking plane. Trains are worse. They're far worse. At least in America, they're awful. I would rather fly than take a train, depending on where I'm going. If it's a short train ride, sure. But if I'm having to go cross country, I'm never taking the train again. See the video where I tell the story of taking fucking Amtrak to Chicago. Oh my god. Yes, I'll get to Moon Crash. Chill, chill, chill. Relax. Guys, we'll get to it. Relax. We're easing into it. You don't need to spam it in my chat. Don't worry. Also, it's not worth advertising much because it's not on the blog post. Most people aren't going to see it. And bear that in mind. When that shit gets posted, I think it'll be better to like actually speak about it. We'll see. Have I used Criticola with the shortstop? Yeah, it sucks because the Criticola is terrible. It's like, yes, I would love to get one shot by anything for crits that I will always miss. I don't like using the Criticola. I'd rather use the Mad Milk and just choose to not die. And also support my team. Take the private jet everywhere. Dude, private jets are insane. They already cost a lot of money, okay? I would like anyone in this chat to consistently use the shortstop and land every single shot. Someone show me that. Show me a full minute of you not missing a single shot and I'll give you $1,000. In a real game, not against bots. $1,000 if you don't miss a single shot. 1 full minute. And you have to be shooting things. Nope, you have to play in casual mode. Random crits, random bullet spread. Just, that's it. 1 full minute. I want to see at least 100 shots fired from the shortstop. And you don't miss a single one. Then I'll give you $1,000. In a row. I'm being genuinely serious, yes. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna give you $1,000 fucking dollars. Point being, good luck. Don't worry, we'll cover this in the shortstop video. There are reasons why people don't use it. How do you balance an infinite range insta-kill class in a game where every other merc is close to medium range? You don't add it into the game. It's that simple. You don't add it into the game. It was a mistake. Simple as. The crit mechanics on the shortstop should be nerfed. Getting the full clip as crits is insane. Good luck hitting every single one of them on a moving target. If the target is standing still, they would have died anyways. On a moving target with the shortstop, good luck hitting every single shot. Even if they're moving in a straight line, good luck. Wish you the best. I think all support classes should be able to headshot. Imagine the syringe gun being able to headshot. Imagine that. That'd be kind of funny. Listen, no shortstop discussions. I'm making a fucking hour-long video about it, okay? No shortstop discussions. I have a whole video talking about the fucking thing. Just chill. We'll get to it when the video's done. It'll be done. You'll love it. Don't worry. Everything that you'll ever want to know and hear about the shortstop's gonna be in that fucking video. Maybe a little less. It's like 50 minutes, probably. Based on the current length of the script, probably like 50 minutes. And yeah, it's gonna be out when it's out. I'm not rushing it anymore. I'm taking as much time as I need with it because I want it to be good. I don't want it to be dog shit. You could have made it like 20 minutes. Why? Like, I could, sure. Okay, let's entertain that. Like, I could, right? I could make a 20-minute video about the shortstop. I could do this. But then it'd be really fucking boring. Because what I could say in 20 minutes would boil down to basically what everyone else has already said. Like, I want to actually give something that's worth your time and not just like, well, this is the shortstop and it kind of sucks. But it's kind of good in this one niche situation when your target is standing perfectly still. And like, yeah, you could use the critical with it. And like, it does damage, but if your target's moving, then you can't hit shit, and then you just die. So, yeah, it's a gun in the game. 20 minutes done. 20 minutes done, easy. Probably get 150,000 views, and then that'd be it. Wouldn't care. No, I want it to actually be a good video. There's more stuff to say. No, the shortstop does not remove the center bullet. It has one pellet perfectly accurate down the center. The other three are randomly distributed. The mustache has its own safety bars. This thing's getting out of control. It is. This thing is getting out of control. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this because the length is a little unruly at this stage. I might trim it, or I might just let it go uncontrolled, untrimmed, and we'll see what happens. I'm not shaving it. No, I can't. I can't go clean shaven. I hate how I look clean shaved, especially now. I looked better clean shaved when I was fat, but now I have to have facial hair, otherwise I just look weird. I look like my grandfather when I shave. I can't not have facial hair. In some capacity. From Mullet Mike to John Smoth. I like the last name Smoth. I look like Mel Gibson. I do? I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, but I don't think I look like Mel. I ain't doing a goatee. No, we're not doing that. We'll get to the meat and potatoes of today's stream in just a moment, don't worry. I have a video I'd like to watch today, but I have a couple of funny stories Well, this is not a funny story. One thing, check it out. I got Bluetooth adapters for my IEMs, man. I fucking love these things. I'm no longer tethered. I'm no longer chained into this world with a wire. I fucking love these things. Oh man, they're phenomenal. I'm never going back. Never going back to having a wired headset or a wired earbuds. They do look a little bit like hearing aids from behind because of the little adapter in the back, but they're comfy as shit. And it's wonderful because I don't have, like, because the cord is so long, because my desktop is underneath my desk, that it snakes around behind my table, and every time I swivel in my chair, the cord gets tugged and then it pops out of my ear, because, like, I use really small buds, because my ear holes are really small, and if it gets jostled ever so slightly, it pops out of my ear and it drives me insane. So these are wonderful, and they're low latency, so there's no delay. I can actually use these to play video games, which is fantastic. So I love these things so much. So these are the KZ ZSN Pro IEMs, and then they sell an adapter kit for Bluetooth connection. So these are like $40 IEMs, and they're phenomenal sound quality, and they will last you years. They're very good. Not a paid promotion. Not a paid promotion. I wish. Pay me, because these are all I use. Pay me. These they're fucking fantastic, but I'm not sponsored. They don't pay me shit. I had to buy all this on my own. IEM is in-ear monitor, is what that means. Basically a fancy earbud, just better sound quality. Basically. The adapter's way expensive? This? No, this is like $50. Like $50. It's not... What? Which one are you looking at? Like $50, man, for these. It's wonderful. And then, of course, you need like a... If your PC doesn't have Bluetooth built in, you have to buy like a USB dongle. Yeah. $50 is expensive? For like really good, like low latency Bluetooth earbuds? Not really. Like if you want low latency, which these are, then you're gonna have to spend a little bit extra money, because if you're spending like $15, $20 on Bluetooth earbuds, they're not gonna be low latency, and there's gonna be like significant delay between like when you shoot and when you actually hear the sound in your earbuds. So $50 for the adapters is like good if you want low latency for gaming. I'm happy with it. Yeah, and I agree. Investing some money in a good product that I'm going to use for years is like totally fine. So, also yes, I guess we'll go full Robotnik. I'm just going to keep growing this out. We'll let it's going to fucking spread like tendrils across my face. That's what it's going to be. Those earbuds are bad for my sperm count. Not like I'm using them anyway. So I'm good. Don't worry. I would blast my fucking brain with radiation. If it shrinks my balls into raisins, they ain't being used anyway. So I'm good. I got nothing to worry about. I can game until Kingdom Come, then the shit's just gonna fall off like a fucking vestigial limb. I ain't gonna need that shit in the future. That's just how it is. But now we'll rock the Robotnik stash for the foreseeable future. Also, funny story, totally unrelated to what we're gonna cover today. But yesterday, I'm just chilling in the evening, and like a high school friend of mine who I had not seen for years. I mean, I briefly saw him at like an engagement a few months back, but like I hadn't really hung out with this guy in a long time. Like we're good friends, you know, like it's like you know how dudes are friends, right? Like you haven't seen each other in years. It's like you saw each other yesterday, that kind of thing. I've known him since we were like 6 years old. So he just walks up to my house, knocks on my door. He's like, "Hey, do you want some cake?" I'm like, "What? What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, you want some cake?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And he takes us over to his truck, and he's got these two big cardboard boxes, and he opens them, and they're just full of cakes. I'm like, "Where did you get these?" He's like, "Yeah, there was a Chili's truck that was offloading a bunch of cakes, and they had a bunch left over that they couldn't, you know, all the restaurants were like at capacity, and they were just gonna throw them away. So he just got boxes of Chili's, like, pre-made cakes. So he had, like, a box of carrot cakes, and then a whole box full of trays of like their mini chocolate lava cakes. And so I have 26 cakes in my freezer. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with them, but I have 26 cakes in my freezer. I would save them for an engagement, I'm not sure. But it's free. It's like free cake. Why not? I'm not gonna be able to eat it all. I got 2 giant carrot cakes and 26 mini lava cakes. Just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like a burden, but when's the drunk Asuka stream coming? Okay, so I am going to do it. I am abiding by the plushie sales milestone. I will do it. I just don't want to do it when it's 100 degrees outside, therefore 90 degrees in this room. Because if I put on a full polyester, like, suit, I'm gonna bake inside of that while I'm streaming. So I'm gonna wait until it's a little bit cooler, which is gonna be, you know, late, like probably after I come back from Budapest in September. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is about 38 degrees centigrade. Usually gets hotter than that around here. So I'm gonna wait until it gets a little bit cooler to actually do that. Don't worry. I'm doing one obligation at a time. Shortstop video, and then I'll do the stupid fucking cosplay stream. Okay? Oh yeah, and I'm seeing Judas Priest when I'm in Budapest. For like, it just lined up. Judas Priest is gonna be there in September. I'm seeing him live in Budapest when I go. That's gonna be fucking wild. Like, cause they tour everywhere. But little did I know that I was gonna like, oh, they're just in Budapest when I'm visiting at the same time? Fuck yeah, we're gonna go see Judas Priest live in concert. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Some have accused you of being a transphobe who wants my people dead. And your chat says you just don't like to talk about it. Why would I want you dead? I don't know you. Huh? That's insane. Oh, what? Dude, this fucking insane infinite game of telephone that people have played with my person is crazy. It's come to the point where people genuinely think I want them to die. What the fuck? What is happening? What is going on? Is it really that bad now where people genuinely think I want them to die? That's fucking wild. Obviously, no, I don't want you to die because you identify as something. I don't care. Like, listen, I don't give a shit. Like, if you're a fucking straight dude, if you're a gay dude, if you're a dude and you want to have boobs, you want to have, like, get plastic surgery, go for it. You're a chick and you want to get your tits cut off. I don't care. You're living your life, whatever makes you happy, so long as it doesn't impact me or use my fucking tax dollars. I don't give a shit. Just, I don't care. Genuinely. That's it. That's where it stops. Schizos really think I'm Hitler, apparently. Like, if you think that stance is in any way unreasonable, go outside more. Seriously, if you think my stance on the identification shit is in any way unreasonable, please go outside. That's how most people think. Most people just do not care. I'm one of them. I don't give a shit. No, yeah, I've devolved into Hitler, apparently. Just how it is. Why are people calling me the Emporium spy? I'm just the messenger. Well, you kind of ousted yourself there, buddy. No, I know. It's like, I don't, it's so tempting to talk about the shit that I observe and what I see, but it just never turns out well. All I know, not pointing fingers, just general internet behavior. If you're not in 100% compliance with some social group, they view you as someone whose life is forfeit. I've never understood this mentality of how people operate online. I think it's batshit insane. I think these are people that really, really need to step away from the internet for the longest period of time to, like, get reacclimated to how the world normally works. And so I don't participate. The winning move is to not play. So I'm just like, you guys have your fun. Engage in this endless bullshit culture war. screaming at each other online. Have fun. Go nuts. Just go crazy. Have fun. Someone's gonna add this to make me look bad. I don't care. It's the same shit people have been getting mad at me over for years. I don't care. I don't care. Genuinely, I don't give a shit. Like, again, if anything I've said is in any way unreasonable, that's on them. Let me give you money to send a loaded question with only one expected answer and correct answer. I will disregard your answer on my own apparel. No, that's what I mean by internet discourse. Like, if you don't regurgitate the answer that they want from you verbatim, then they get mad. And that's why you don't have conversations about these things online. You don't. You avoid them like the plague. Learned my lesson years ago. You don't touch it. That's the out of context CTF Moon Man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and if the usual suspects start opening their mouth and bitching and moaning, oh, we have loads of stuff to remind them of. My fucking facial is so long it gets in my mouth now. You can't have normal civilized discussions about these things. You can off the internet. Like, if two people are in a room talking to each other, like no lights, no cameras, just two people sitting across from each other, that massively mellows out any incentive for combativeness. Because I think a lot of heated discussions and a lot of arguments about anything, this is just in general, are massively amplified because you know other people are watching you online. You know other people are watching you. And so you're naturally going to adjust your behavior in order to remain in favor with whichever social group you want to appeal to. And so by default, people get naturally combative because they want to be on the side of the louder voices in whichever side of the discussion, you know, what have you. So that's why having any kind of nuanced conversation about any sensitive topic is just completely pointless online. Who cares if people are watching? Because people like attention. A lot of people like attention. A lot of people like feeling validated by having a bunch of voices agree with them. That's part of human nature. This might be a dumb question to ask, but am I ever gonna upload those casual videos again? Love binge watching those while eating. I need to play the game a lot more if I'm actually gonna make clip dump videos again. So, maybe. I'm gonna have a lot of unused clips from my time playing with the shortstop, so I'll probably lace those together and do like a casual shortstop edition. Is probably what I'll do. I think that might be a fun time. I'll do that. Make a clip dump out of the leftover shortstop clips, because I already have like 100 that I'm not gonna be using all of them. So we'll do it. That'll be fun. I'm gonna protest in 2-Fort over your chuddiness objector with Grinch zesty in hand. Oh my god, that fucking edit of my face is gonna be my legacy. It is indeed Dr. Robotnik, yes, hello. Don't make a video about the war between the states? It's like... here's the thing. I don't think about these things. People want me to. People want me to talk about these things, but like in my day-to-day, I'm not concerned with this shit. I worry about things that are impacting my immediate life. You know, my job, I have bills to pay, I gotta feed myself, you know, I have so many other things to concern myself with other than this stuff, you know? It's like, I just don't think about it that much. So like, I'm not an expert on any of these things, right? Moreover, I have plenty of opinions on things, but no one's entitled to them. And I don't know why, for whatever reason. I guess it's because people like, again, this goes back to people enjoying having other people agree with them, including people that have like a social presence, that like, for whatever reason, a lot of people feel entitled in a way to a niche micro internet celebrities' opinions about sensitive topics. Like, they feel entitled to those things. But, like, No. If I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. And that's where it stops. Anyway. I'm thinking. We have a video to watch. Yes, I did see that Germa unboxed a strange factory new sand cannon worth about $700. Yeah, I did see that. Pretty crazy. Insane luck, by the way. Insane luck. My balance idea is that when someone picks Sniper 10,000, Horseless Headless Horseman spawn and only target him. It's like an instant server crash the moment Sniper gets a headshot, is what that is. Politics are unfun in games, but the real question, it was my favorite rock. My favorite rock, as I've said before, is, if I were to pick my favorite rock and or mineral, that would be rhodochrosite. That is a manganese carbonate mineral that grows with vivid shades of crimson red. It's a very beautiful gem. I need to hunt down a piece of it, but getting pieces of that in such a shade is incredibly rare, and I gotta find them. And they're also expensive, so I will hunt down a picture, yes, I'll show you, before we watch the video. Rhodochrosite. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. This right here. It doesn't look real. This is like this is like a blood gem or something from Dark Souls, is what this is. Like a Dark Souls-esque game, this is like a blood gem. You pick up blood gems and they heal you, or they fucking, like, you eat them and it instantly destroys your health. What is this, dude? What? What is that? What is this doing here? What is this Steven Universe-ass character doing when I'm looking up a mineral? Get out of here. Ooh, fluorite. So rhodochrosite with nice octahedra of fluorite. Very beautiful. Anyway, we got a video to watch today. So, I don't know if y'all saw, but Lucid put out this video solving the sniper problem. It's very good. I saw the first roughly 8 minutes of it, and I think it's worth watching on stream. Because, one, I like talking about Team Fortress 2, and it says some cool things about snipers in general in video games, including Team Fortress 2. This covers Team Fortress 2. A third of the video is about Team Fortress 2. So guess what? We're gonna watch it. It's a big emerald. It's not an emerald. Mobile gacha currency gem. It's true. It is. Graduated with a geology degree, I understand the pain there is in trying to search a type of mineral or rock and you get a random Steven Universe OC. Yeah. I remember starting my degree before that show was, like, becoming a real thing and, like, super mainstream. And then once it did, it was over. It was genuinely over. I could do a geology stream. It would be fun, perhaps, but... Anywho. We got a video to watch. Closed captions on. Let's see, we're gonna make sure the audio is good. Bring this up. Let's see if I have to, like, turn my... Because these new, like, wireless IEMs, I gotta, like, turn these way down because I want to blast out my ears. Shall we begin? Let's do it.
Oh my god, I just hit a fucking clip. Holy shit.
Let's talk about the sniper.
I do love how it opens with this guy is using a bow and arrow, but it's apparently a sniper class. Also, bass music
The
choice.
two most important skills in a shooter are aiming and positioning. How you shoot the enemy...
Are they? Are the most important skills in a video game, in a shooting game, aim and positioning? I think I'm inclined to agree. I'd say that makes up about 99% of it. Aim, because you want to hit what you're shooting at, and then positioning to make yourself harder to hit, and to put yourself into an advantageous position. So, yeah, I think I agree. I think I'm inclined to agree.
And how you move around the enemies to shoot
Rats
them.
mentioned, okay, listen. I know I'm 22 seconds in, I'm pausing again. Dude, I played Rats Instagib the other night for the first time in like 2 years. Oh my god, I forgot how much fucking fun this game is. We are doing that on stream. I'm hosting Rats Instagib games on stream. I'm gonna pull either audience members in or people from within, from inside my Discord in there. We might do that on Saturday because Rats Instagib is so fucking fun. I fucking love Rats Instagib so much. God, we are doing that on stream.
Foundation of what makes every player good, and mastering these is the key to leading any team to victory. Positioning is a combination of your movement and understanding of the map. Even if your aiming is awful, good positioning can give you the upper hand by putting yourself in an advantageous position and capitalizing on it. This is a trait that's usually associated with the Scout archetype, a class whose focus is on going fast and moving erratically. Aiming, on the other hand, is associated with an entirely different kind of player. The Sniper. Snipers are arguably the most pure distillation of what an FPS is. Whereas other weapons and classes rely on a combination of many factors all balanced out, the success of a sniper is almost entirely contingent on your aim and little else. Sure, positioning and ammo management can be factors depending on the game.
Especially in Team Fortress 2. Especially in Team Fortress 2. It's 90% aim because your position is irrelevant if you're behind your team.
But even those skills can be completely neglected if your aim is good enough. Well, maybe not completely neglected. The point I'm getting at here is that with snipers, aim is everything. If you're going to be good at the class, there's not much else you need to master outside of your ability to click on heads. There's a reason why aimbotters and cheaters gravitate towards sniper classes so often. When aim is all that's required, breaking the game isn't terribly difficult to achieve.
Yep.
But is all of that really true?
Yo, Counter-Strike players, how's your game going? Any updates on Valve making that anti-cheat any better? Because it doesn't seem like it. From what I've seen, it looks just as hellish as always. I'm so sorry.
Sniper character really have to be designed around their aim? Is the whole class just a glorified aim trainer? How do you design a sniper that's both fun to play as and fun to fight against? These are the questions I'm going.
I have yet to come across an example of a sniper character that one could consider fun to fight against. Like, the closest I've experienced is tolerable. Fun? Not so much. But tolerable? Sure.
To answer. To do that, we're going to look at 3 games and see how they designed their sniper. We'll break down their gameplay, design, and balancing to see what's missed the mark and what's been a perfect headshot. Get ready for the ultimate breakdown of the sniper, gaming's most controversial class.
I have to commend Lucid. His editing is always fucking clean, man. It is.
Class is a natural reflection of the point-and-shoot nature that shooters were built on. Even the earliest pioneers of the genre identified that what makes shooters so engaging is the fast, instant feedback players receive when shooting an enemy. Snipers are—
I think that also really can't be understated about Team Fortress 2, and I think I can go ahead and share this a little bit because I cut out a lot of this from my shortstop video. But like a really big reason why TF2 feels so good to play is that level of snappy responsiveness. You know, it's not so much like, oh, it's like Source Engine, you know, DNA, but more so like it's just the way they design the game where it just feels super good to shoot because the instant you move across your screen, your gun moves. The instant you shoot, the instant you click, you shoot. You get instant feedback. There's no bloat or fluff, no extra shit between your input and the game's output to tell you what's actually happening on your screen, right? And so many modern games, for whatever reason, have fallen into this trap. I guess it's a trap. I can call it a trap, where they feel the need to kind of add a lot of extra bloat around just that simple input-output relationship between the player and the game, where you have really floaty animations, a lot of unnecessary visual and audio, like audio noise, all of these distractions, right? A lot of distractions that kind of pull you out of the immersion of how you're playing your game. And by immersion, I'm not saying, oh, it has to be like realistic and therefore like I'm immersed. Like immersion in that you're not being distracted. Immersion in that like I'm playing the game right now and there's not shit pulling your attention away from it, right? That's my big thing about TF2. And like I've not really found many games that that reach that same level of engagement that TF2 does. Yeah, low friction is a good way to put it. Because if I go play like any modern shooter, high friction is a really good way to put it. This is why I kind of detest the over-animated like animation overhauls that people use for like TF2 mods and shit. Because you put like these floppy pool noodle guns, these crazy like, whoa! whoa, like it's so distracting. Like what, like no, I don't, like I know I'm reloading, right? I need just enough information to know I'm reloading. I need just enough information to know that I'm shooting. Of course, I want it to look good in that it's, you know, it's pleasing to the eye. But like when I fucking, you know, hold on, like I need like an example. Hold on, I need a broomstick. Okay, I have a broomstick, okay? Like, this is my gun, alright? This is my gun. And this is what I mean by immersion, right? It's input-output. So when I move and I aim, this is what I expect. I don't expect this. Like, I don't like when my shit drags across my screen. And then, like, when I reload, you know, I just do a simple reload animation. I don't like this. Like, what? I don't want this. Like, when I hit the reload button, I want the reload, and that's all I need to see. You know, I don't need this fucking crazy, like, whoa, gymnastics move, right? No, I want this. And the important thing about the immersion aspect of it is that it's what your brain expects. Because I don't know if anyone's fired a gun in this chat, but when you're holding a gun, you don't move like this. You move like this. And when you shoot your gun, it's a very fast motion. It's not like, whoa, crazy! It's like, it's what the brain expects. And that's what I mean by immersion. You don't have this extra shit that your brain is not expecting that's overstimulating you and kind of pulling you out of that input-output relationship. It's why I hate modern games, too. And, like, there's also, like, that newer subgenre of game. I don't know what you call it. There's, like, that subgenre of game that puts so much visual noise on your screen. Like, I've seen some first-person shooters that do this. That's, like, ultra giga hyper stimulating. I don't get it. Why do people like these so much? It's so much crap being thrown at your eyes. Like, how are you even playing a game? It's like Ultra Kill is a loose example of that. It's why I don't like playing it. There's just so much going on. Like, Unk is washed. He cannot handle 50 billion particle effects being thrown in his face. It's like asking me to read 6 books at the same time. Like, like I'm putting my broom back together. It's like reading 6 books at the same time. It's too much. And I need to switch weapons every millisecond to create combos and play the correct way. It's like, that's kind of inconsequential what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about like all the extra like shit and bloat and fluff that kind of pulls you away from that input-output relationship you have with the game. The game is giving me enough visual information to know what's going on. There's the soldier. He shot a rocket at me. Like, here's a rocket coming towards me with the trail, so I know the direction it's moving. Also, the way the rocket is oriented. There's the literally pick any screenshot in Team Fortress 2, and it gives you all the information you need without getting too insane with it. Like, okay, this guy shot a rocket before he died. That's all. Like, you know what the rocket doesn't have? It doesn't have like giant pink fluffy dildos flying around it with like Pop-Tart particle effects, like blueberry berry swirl Pop-Tarts flying out of the back of it, like just bloating your screen with shit to distract you from what's going on. Like, obviously you want the game to look good, right? You want the game to look good. I'm not talking about strict adherence to reality, because what about this image is real? But I'm talking about giving you just enough information while still looking good that doesn't fuck you up. And like, if you like the hyper crazy sensory overload bullshit, take 50 addies and go crazy, because I know it's what young people do. Not this guy, not this Unk here. It's not for me.
Yeah. The core of shooters since their inception, which makes it all the funnier that snipers are almost universally hated in nearly every game that they're in. See, when everyone picks their character in a video game, they have to deal with a skill floor and a skill ceiling. The skill floor is a bare minimum impact the person can have by playing that character, and the skill ceiling is their peak impact when they've absolutely mastered the class. In most games, your average character's skill floor will be low enough to allow entry-level players to try them, but high enough to where feeling your skill progress is satisfying and engaging. However,
Can we say visual effects, unusual effects are visual pollution too? Yes. For TF2, absolutely. Like unusuals just should have never been put in this game for being realistic here. They're only put in the game to make money. No, there's no gameplay related reason for the addition of cosmetics in any video game other than to take your money. They're not needed for the gameplay experience. They're needed for the monetization experience.
and this is the most important part, the skill ceiling of a character should never be so high that you absolutely invalidate the skill of other players, especially other players who have reached the same skill level.
Yes.
No matter how good a player is, they should always be beatable
Dude,
by a
that's
player
me.
of equal or
Every
greater
time I
skill
play chess, I knock holes through every table, even if it's concrete. I can't do chess.
level.
I
that
lose in like 6 moves.
Is unless you're Sniper. Because they rely so heavily on a player's aim, and not much else, snipers are often a massive balancing challenge for developers. Either the sniper is incredibly underpowered, doing too little
I've
damage
never
to be
played
a
this game.
consistent threat from long range, even with perfect aim, or the
I have not played Marvel Rivals, and I don't think I ever will. It's just not. It's not calling to me. I know a lot of people love it. It's just not. It's not screaming to me. It's not calling to me in any way. Maybe one day, but just not right now.
sniper is massively overpowered, being able to completely shut down an area and kill everyone in
Snipers are ruining this game. Yeah.
sight. This is the biggest problem with the sniper that game designers have to address, and even though I'm only going to be focusing on 3 examples, this issue has to be handled in basically every shooter with a sniper in it.
Yep.
How do you balance a character who's able to do massive damage from anywhere on the map without making them insanely oppressive and unfun to fight against?
Man, that sounds like TF2 Sniper to a T, doesn't it? Just oppressive and unfun to fight against. Indeed. Ooh, I wonder where this is going.
To answer this question, let's look at our first example of a video game marksman, the sniper from Team Fortress 2.
Some give us vision sniper half a mile away nip me in the ankle like I'm fucking Achilles.
You should at least be able to think
Sniper
about
main, by the
how
way.
you were killed.
I'm just putting the stock sniper rifle
Oh, look,
up
it's
the
me.
broken tier, and that's where it's gonna stay.
Many arguments have been had
And
about
I still stand by that. The most broken, overpowered weapon in this game is the stock sniper rifle. Nothing else even comes close. Because you put it in skilled hands, you are basically unstoppable. It sucks so much. You combine that with, you put 1,000 hours in sniper against any other class with 1,000 hours in your general TF2 game of 12v12, massively different impacts. Massively different. And by stock sniper rifle, of course, that by extension means other rifles that basically function the same way, like the Bizarre Bargain, Hitman's Heatmaker, so on and so forth.
sniper's balance in this game, with opinion ranging wildly from sniper is completely fine and doesn't need any changes to sniper could be removed from the game and it would be a genuine improvement. What do you think of the huntsman, Zesty?
I think it is a funny weapon, though I still think sniper should be removed.
But where does this
What do you guys think? What is y'all's stance? Actually, we'll do a poll. Do you think sniper needs a nerf? We'll just do a simple yes/no. Does sniper need a nerf? Simple yes/no question. What does this chat think? Simple yes or no answer will do. As a sniper main, yes. You heard it here? You heard it here? As a sniper main, yes. Even the sniper mains agree. 86%'s crazy. Holy shit. 80%. Going down a little bit. Yeah, I think the majority of people would agree that sniper needs some kind of adjustment. How severe that adjustment should be is up for debate, but he definitely needs some kind of adjustment to make his presence in the general gameplay experience a little bit more tolerable. What that could be it giving him tracers on every shot so he's actually punished for missing a shot and it reveals his location, be it reducing his ammo count so he can't camp in one spot and is forced to move every so often so other players have a chance to push in. Or just remove him, which is what I think needs to be done. Just remove the sniper as a class and the game will be perfect. You don't need to do anything else. Remove the class. all the above. Nerf him and then remove him. Like, symbolically nerf the sniper, and then 3 days later, just axe him from the game. Just turn him off. Is removing sniper a buff to sniper, because then sniper's only counter is God? I think you're missing the mark a little bit. I think you skipped a couple steps with that message. You missed something there. Oh Lord. And then re-add him and then remove him again. Yeah, we're above 80% on sniper needing some kind of adjustment. You know, man, like, for me, like, I think you know, because we'll finish, we'll go a little bit further, and there's some other thoughts I have on this.
Hatred and controversy come from? Well, for those who have not played the game, I'll give you a quick rundown of TF2 Sniper so you can understand where people get this idea. Sniper in TF2 has a hit-scan sniper rifle with infinite range. Upon headshot, it does 150 damage, enough to instantly kill 5 of the 9 classes in under a second. Upon scoping, it starts up a charge that increases the weapon's base damage the longer the charge is held down. A fully charged headshot does 450 damage, enough to kill anything in the game in one hit. This means that—
but Lucid, you didn't give the specific examples, like if you have the Fist of Steel, or if you have the vaccinator bubble on you for the 10% bullet damage resistance. You didn't take that into account, did you, fucko? That's not everything. Stupid, didn't do his research.
Love you, Lucid. Big kisses.
a single sniper can often lock down an entire area on his own if he's good enough. At his absolute best, he's able to outright invalidate most other players, preventing them from responding with any sort of counterplay. His skill ceiling is completely maxed out.
Lack of counterplay is the biggest problem with Sniper in Team Fortress 2. That is the #1 problem. Because if you pick any of the other 8 classes and face them off against any of the other 8 classes, you have counterplay in basically every kind of matchup. But when it's you versus a sniper who is so far removed from where the rest of the action is happening, your only option is just don't be seen. Just don't stand where he can see you, and then you won't die. That lack of counterplay is massively, massively frustrating, right? Yeah, and then okay, the usual solution, just get closer to him. Yeah, just go through his entire team. Let's use Payload as the most popular game mode, because that's where most players reside. Using Payload as the most popular game mode, usually you have a front line to deal with. You have the entire enemy team to get through before you can even get close to said sniper in order to kill him. So what are players forced to do? We'll get to that in a second.
On the other hand, his skill floor is fairly low. A person playing Sniper who can't aim in the slightest is essentially a free kill for anyone with even a basic understanding of positioning.
See, I'm not a complete 100% fan of these definitions of skill floor and skill ceiling. My definition of skill floor is how easy it is to play the class and be reasonably effective, and also how easy it is to understand the class and what you need to do. As Sniper, it's just not that hard to play him. Like, understanding what you have to do, stand still, click head. You don't have to be that skilled. And how easy it is to pick up. It's not that hard to pick up Sniper, especially if you have any experience at all in any FPS game, and you come play TF2 Sniper, it's just not going to be that hard. If you've never played an FPS game, well, it really doesn't matter what you pick, you're going to suck in general. But for TF2 Sniper, it's a very easy to understand and very approachable class because it's just click on head, right? That's very simple to understand. But then the insanely high skill ceiling comes from, there's really no limiting factors to that insane damage potential other than getting close to him, which is usually not easy to do because it's a team-based game and there's a lot of shit to get through and he's unapproachable, hence lack of counterplay.
Makes him incredibly polarizing as a character, with his effectiveness being almost entirely dependent
Ban everyone who voted no from your channel.
on the
I'm not
skill
doing
at
that.
aiming and little else.
I'm not that
Unlike
cruel.
Soldier, Medic, or Pyro, a new player won't be especially helpful at playing Sniper if he's not good at the class's main core mechanic, that being aiming. This makes him a relatively one-note class, especially compared to his 8 comrades, who all have multiple points of impact in a game for both veterans and new players alike. But
still, if you can't aim, Pyro excluded, you're gonna suck at anything, to be fair. That's why I'm not like a super 100% fan of this definition of skill floor. Excuse me.
The impact of a sniper's skill level can range from entirely too oppressive to functionally useless, which is entirely too polarizing. Now, normally the counter
Yeah,
to the aim-heavy
that's true.
character would be the positioning-heavy character. If you recall, the scout is the character whose fast-moving, agile playstyle should be the ideal counter to Sniper's less mobile, stationary nature. He should be able to use flank routes and close the distance between himself and the sniper to easily finish off the opponent. There are two issues with this. One of them is that TF2's maps are often atrociously designed, regularly allowing for sightlines so large that even a blind person would duck for cover, and the second is that
Yeah,
Sniper
that-
is not weak.
Like the design of, say, really even post 2009. 2009 is kind of when things started going downhill. Like post 2009 TF2 maps started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as a result, sightlines started getting ridiculously huge. And that became a much bigger impact, and they didn't really do much to kind of reel Sniper in. And so that's a big problem with, like, especially payload maps that are very long and linear and have, like, you know, areas like that. Yeah, maps like Swiftwater, Borneo. Jesus, I fucking hate playing on Swiftwater all the time. Yeah, they're way too open. So, what is the widest map? The widest map, I think, would fall in the same definition of the biggest map, which is Enclosure. Enclosure is huge, and it's like final, like third stage, or is it two stage or three stage? Whatever, I don't play it enough. Final stage Enclosure, some of the areas there are ridiculous. Like, you could fit entire maps within just certain areas of third stage Enclosure. It's insane. Thunder Mountain first stage sightline is nuts. That's a very, honestly, it's a very small design problem where they just needed to raise that platform up by a little bit, where the first point is. If they just raised that up by a hair, then that sightline would have been cut off. But, like, it's just low enough where you can park a sniper all the way in the back and it becomes a problem. Like, a very, like, literally raise it by half a foot and then you're good. Started listening to your VODs at work and my soy rage makes those 8 hours much more enjoyable. Well, you're welcome. You know what, man? I think, you know what's great is I consume no soy products because I don't like damaging my own body, but I can still embody the soy rage that entertains you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sniper needs a tracer, wouldn't be hard for Valve. No, I completely agree. Just give every sniper rifle the same tracers that you see on the Classic. That's what that needs. Just again, so the sniper is punished every time he fires a shot and reveals his location. Like, it's that simple. It's like, if they just, it's not enough, I agree, but it's like a step in the right direction that would at least give players the information of, oh shit, there's a sniper there. Maybe I shouldn't go where he can see me because he just shot down this hallway. Like, you have tracers or projectiles for every other weapon, for every other class. The sniper rifle is the only one that does not have a tracer. You only have the dot. And you have to look in the opposite direction of where the enemy is in order to see it. So give him a tracer.
At close range. Due to either use of his secondary and melee weapons, or just quickscoping, Sniper can largely mitigate any weakness he has to close range combat.
No, yeah, and of course we can't neglect all of the other unlocks he was given over the years that made him even more annoying because they're direct counters to his baked-in vanilla counters. Going all the way back to Sniper vs. Spy, 2009, the addition of the Razorback, one of the most poorly designed items in this fucking game, is just testament to how he can become fucking annoying. Because when you just turn off, you have the ability to just turn off his #1 counter's primary means of attack. Yeah, he's going to become more oppressive. Like, shocker, what did we think was going to happen? And then you also give him the Girardi, which also counters Spy. It's like, well, wonderful. It's like, what did we think was going to happen? Right? And then, of course, you have the Cozy Camper, so on and so forth, and the Darwin's Danger Shield, it gives him double health against Pyro. If, like, I think the Darwin's Danger Shield's even more bullshit, because, like, you have poor Pyro, right? Do you think Sniper having a longer reload when he misses is a good idea for a nerf? That's a step in the right direction, because it's more downtime between shots, gives players a chance to counteract them. Not a horrible idea. But, fucking poor Pyro, man. You have a Pyro, say, that manages to flank all the way around the enemy team to get close to a sniper, and then the sniper has double the health against his flamethrower and no afterburn. So you have to run him down for twice the length of time, and then all he has to do is either quickscope you or run at you with his melee and get a guaranteed random crit. It's like, poor fucking Pyro. Like, not only are we like punishing him for doing his job of getting close to someone, but then it's like, ugh, I hate it. I hate all of the sniper secondaries with a burning passion. I think most of them are very poorly designed and they're not very well thought out, even early on. Right, and they nerfed the Ambassador, which made the tool that Spy was given to counter those things worse. Stupid.
The Spy, a character advertised as being Sniper's main adversary, has this exact same issue. The second he has to decloak or show himself in any way, the Sniper can instantly end his pitiful existence, and cause yet another angry post on RTF2. This
So
issue
true.
is one that causes him to be even more non-interactive as a class. When the Sniper can outright ignore his biggest built-in weakness, he's probably a tad too strong. On top
Yeah.
of all of this, there isn't
Yep.
another class that can effectively counter him at his effective range.
Yep.
No other character in the game has a long-range projectile that can adequately contest Sniper and force him to back down. While the soldier's rockets have essentially infinite range, they're slow, easily dodged, and force him to peek the Sniper's sightline in order to shoot them.
Also damage fall off. Only 48 damage. It's like, can't do much. Direct hit, 58. Like, you gotta hit him 3 times. Good luck. It's like, come on. So yeah, there are other long-range options, flare guns, but equip Darwin's Danger Shield and invalidate those. Okay. Beyond that, can't do much. Heavy doesn't flinch him beyond however many 500 hammer units or further away. Doesn't get flinched by a heavy. Same shit. Are we having the same discussion? Yeah, we're having the same discussions all these years later because we love talking about this. I just like talking about this game. I don't care if nothing's gonna change. It's just fun to talk about. Idea, buff the weapons that weaken Sniper. I say unnerf the Ambassador. I don't care what people think. It never needed to be nerfed in the first place. Unnerf the Ambassador. You see what syllables I flipped there? You see what I did? I flopped the B from the Ambassador into unnerf. Unbirth the... Oh god, it's gonna get clipped. I'm never gonna live it down. I'm never gonna live that down. That's just gonna be thrown back at me whenever... Oh, fuck. Anyway, Gregnance in chat right now. Spam it. Give us the pregnant men. Oh, I'm so flushed. Give us the pregnant men right now. Give me see those fat, juicy, impregnated men. Come on. Hit me with it. Give me pregnant men in chat right now. Hit me with a Gregnant right now. That point is wrong. That point is wrong, Man Melter. Underrated weapon. See, it is underrated, but it's also buggy as shit. And the bugs make it really annoying to use. Like, every time you fire the crit, it flashbangs you. I fucking hate that. Like, if they just fixed the weapon's bugs, I'd be using it all the time. But every time I try to use it, because I like, getting the stored crits and then spamming those, like, I get flashbanged every time I fire. Like, the whole fucking screen fills with fire every time I shoot it. It's like, it fucking sucks. I lost my train of thought. Yes, unnerf the Ambassador. And then I am a fan of buffing over nerfing 100%, but like buffing everything just to like counter Sniper is going to have other impacts on the rest of the game. It's like buffing Spy in general might not be a good idea, but buffing the Ambi by unnerfing it. Yes. Also, speaking of mechanics, a lot of something that a lot of people don't consider just because it's been 19 years since the game came out. TF2 was built for PCs back in 2007, playing in 4x3 with 2007 hardware. Like, Valve never anticipated that this game was going to survive 19 years later with ultra-high processing power PCs that juice out 500 frames, 144 hertz monitors, where people could like get so good at their game and achieve ultra high precision with the ultra high precision class. Playing Sniper in 2007 is not the same as playing him in 2026 because you had lower frame rates, you had lower FOV, and generally the hardware you were using did not lend to like letting you get super ultra good at really any video game. Not saying people didn't, but like hardware limitations heavily kept Sniper's capacity in check. But then as soon as, and also, yeah, Sniper also nerfed by latency. But then it's like everyone started getting high-speed internet and computer processing power got higher. It's like, okay, that also just launched him into becoming way too strong. And like, they never really, and like, can you blame Valve for that? Not really, because again, they didn't make TF2 with the anticipation that this game was going to survive 2 decades later. Even like 1 decade, they had no idea. It was slapped on as an extra in the orange box. But then they, figured out a way to make a lot of money with it, so they just kind of took it and ran with it, and here we are 20 years later. But that's also a major factor that kept Sniper in check, but now that we have fucking Razer Death Adder, gaming keyboard, and fucking gamer chairs, and my Ultra 5000 hertz monitor, where if I look at it long enough, my eyeballs get sucked out of the brain and get pulled into the screen. Like, I'd say you have like VR headsets to like truly immerse. I can literally be the Sniper with my VR headset. I look at you and fucking laser beams come out of my eyes and vaporize you. Like, now that we have that shit, yeah, no shit, those base mechanics are gonna have a skill ceiling that's higher than fucking Mount Everest.
These issues make him suboptimal against Sniper at best, and actively suicidal at worst. The only real solution a player has is to also play Sniper.
There you go.
Yes!
The counter to Sniper is Sniper, and that's it!
Holy shit.
Which is bad both because it forces a player into a one-size-fits-all strategy for dealing with the character,
Yep.
and also because it stifles the creativity and dynamic solutions to problems that TF2 otherwise thrives on.
Yep.
Not to mention,
So
TF2
true.
is a game that's built on
Because
a
TF2 is not. You know what I hate the most? You know what I hate the most? I really hate when people boil down TF2's gameplay into just rock, paper, scissors. I hate that. I hate it when people boil down TF2 into a contest of rock, paper, scissors. Who shot first? I despise this. Because TF2's gameplay is so much more nuanced than that, where you have so many little actions and reactions that occur between each firing of a weapon that can let one class come out on top over the other, regardless of the matchup. Of course, there are some classes that are better at killing other classes, and some classes that are weaker against other classes, but it's not a guarantee. It's not like, oh, Spy is against a Pyro, he's fucking dead. It's like, oh, Soldier is here against an Engineer, he's fucking dead, right? There's all these little nuances to the gameplay that lend to that dynamic experience that Lucid just described, where you always have this infinite number of pathways and outcomes that lend to TF2's insane replayability. It's why I can still play this game 20 years later since it released. I've been playing it for 15. It's like, and I'm still not bored. I don't get bored because every experience I have in the game is different. Every matchup of a scout versus engineer, it's like engineer is scout's counter. Oh, just die. No, not every time. Way more nuance to it. And so, like, and this goes back to, someone said random crits. It goes back to, like, Uncle Dane's random crits video, where it's like, oh, it's like the seesaw motion. It's like attack, 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 and it has to be this outcome, and it's going to be this outcome. No, it's never the same sequence of events, no matter the matchup. And so to boil down TF2's gameplay into something so simple, I think really does the game a disservice, and doesn't really appropriately describe just how amazing and deep this gameplay can get. So...
sort of rock, paper, scissors style of combat, where each class
There it is.
counters and is countered by other classes in the game.
See, I don't
However,
like
since
that.
Sniper's only real counter is himself, you go from rock, paper, scissors to a bludgeoning match where 2 people use rock to hit each other over the head until the other one stops moving. It's not interesting
apt
or forces
description,
the
though.
player to engage with the game's mechanics on a deeper level. It's just a contest to see who can aim better, and nothing else. Which, if you ask me, is the absolute worst case scenario for a sniper in a video game.
Yep.
With Sniper in Team Fortress 2, aim is everything.
And he is poorly designed
These are the
as a
3
result
biggest
of that.
issues plaguing Sniper in TF2, and the ones that commonly get him cited as the most hated class in the game. Plaguing Sniper in
Did you mean to do issue like this? Or did I miss a joke here? You have Is-Su. Lucid, did you mean to do this? When I was looking at this with you, I didn't catch this. We got you, buddy. We caught you red-handed. No, yeah, and that's my point, is that Sniper versus Sniper, the majority of the time, is whoever clicks first wins, and then you have second scoping, so even Sniper versus Sniper has a little more nuance to it, because you have, like, second scoping and all this other shit, too.
TF2, and the ones that commonly get him cited as the most hated class in the game.
This is a wild chart. The most love that someone did on Reddit, where Sniper is the most hated, then Pyro, then Spy, then Scout, and then up from there. I understand why Pyro's down here, because people hate Air Blast. I understand why Spy's down here, because insta-kill mechanics, especially in the hands of a very skilled player, can be very annoying. Scout can be very annoying in high-skilled hands too. So, I get, and of course Snipers, for obvious reasons. Make the Sniper gain charge by keeping his aim on an enemy. So like the Spy, your target has to be focused on another living thing and at a tracer or a laser. See, I don't know if I quite like that idea, but I like the idea of forcing him into tunnel vision for longer periods of time, because that was initially a balancing factor that Valve had intended for the Sniper to be subject to, where, oh, if Sniper wants to deal more damage, he has to remain scoped in order to kill off higher health targets. The problem is that once people figured out how to quickscope, that basically invalidated that thing that would keep that mechanic in check, and uh-oh, here we are today. So, something that forces him into tunnel vision more, like perhaps lowering his base damage from 150 to like 110, so you can't one-tap everything, that could be better. Not saying it's a good idea, not saying it's the best idea, just giving an example before people clip that and get mad and cancel me on Twitter again. Fuck, I just remember that shit. Remember when people got, like, people seethed at me. People were fucking furious at me for, like, saying Sniper needed a nerf some years ago. People were fucking, like, tearing me apart. But now, like, if you look in my chat, like, 82% of people think Sniper needs a nerf. Like, that's, like, the common consent. Like, all it took was a bot crisis. All it took was a fucking bot crisis for people to wake up and go, wow, there's something wrong with this class. Because now that the bots are gone, when you come across a high-skilled Sniper in game, man, what does that feel like? Feels a lot like a bot, doesn't it? It's like, hello? Might be something wrong here. Anyway. I'm just ahead of the curve. Everyone comes around eventually.
But these problems aren't exclusive to TF2 Sniper. These issues also plague Sniper.
What about taking more time to scope in and weapon bounce while moving scoped in? I mean, having something akin to Counter-Strike, like if you're scoping in with the AWP where you have some wobble, so like you're not perfectly accurate, because like that's something that like Counter-Strike players have told me. I've known some Counter-Strike players that come over to Team Fortress 2 and they play with the sniper rifle. They're like, what the fuck? There's no sway? You just get, it's perfectly accurate all the time? Like, they're shocked by that. So, yeah, maybe something like that wouldn't be a horrible idea either. But I think that might be too far. I just think things that make him more approachable would be better. You know, more tunnel vision, punishing him for missing a shot by increasing his visibility with something like tracers, lowering his max ammo count, so he's forced to reposition more often, so players have a chance to push in, that kind of thing. I don't think damage fall off is a good idea. Add regular damage fall off to Sniper, so you want to do big damage, you have to balance that against riskier positioning. I think that would be a bit too much if it, like, normal fall off, so like at point blank you do 150 and then at ultra long range you do like less. I don't know about that one. Make the rifle's laser pointer visible when you're being aimed at, like a team-colored version of the scope gun from Battlefield, also bullet whizzes for misses. I think tracers is tracers would be like perfect for like whizzing noises, because like they hang in the air for a second. And because by the nature of how fast TF2 moves, you're probably not going to miss it. Or someone on your team is going to see it, and that's also valuable information. I don't like the idea of having a laser that's always visible when a sniper's like scoped in, because like if you have 3 snipers that are scoped in, you just have lasers dangling around every which way whenever you're playing on TF2, and that would add a ton of extra visual noise. I really think tracers are the best thing they could put in. Give every sniper rifle tracers. I think that'd be the best solution. That's like the first thing they should do before anything else.
In other games.
Yeah, like having a laser always on when he's scoped in would be way too visually noisy. In a game that already suffers from excess visual noise thanks to cosmetics and other bullshit. Well, really just cosmetics.
Light class
well,
in the
some maps are also terrible with visual noise, so... Is that gun made of cardboard? I know it's the finals, and the finals is a fun game, but that game, the gun is made of cardboard, dude. Think about that for a second. I have thoughts. I didn't say have laser beam. I didn't say have laser beams going everywhere. I said have the laser act like a scope glint, as you can see the light emitting from his rifle. So like, maybe, but even then, I think just having tracers is better. Yeah, tracers matter only if he misses. And that's kind of the point, because every other class is subject to that same punishment, where if they miss a shot, you either hear they missed a shot, or you see that they missed a shot. And so in the case of the sniper, he has neither of those things, because usually you're too far away to hear him shooting at you, and there's no visual indication that he missed a shot. So putting a tracer on that would fix the bigger of the two. And then adding a scope glint, I don't know about that. Because when it comes to, like, visibility on snipers that are far away, that's a map problem. Because we have maps that have become just way too big. So, I think the idea of scope glint, probably not the best idea. Increasing the volume of the rifle's gunshot if it's one that didn't connect. You know what would be good? I think putting the sniper call out from MVM into the vanilla game, and then having that as an option, so your teammates can call out sniper, is even better. Because if someone else sees the sniper and you don't, they can at least call that out. And so you become aware. So I think that'd be a nice thing to have. Because we have that for Spy. And Spy is already, like, far weaker than Sniper. So why don't we have that for Sniper? That's like because, like, that's something else too. Valve never anticipated this. Because the reason why they added that for Spy is because if he looks like your teammate and you know that's a Spy, and there's no way to communicate that unless you're using voice chat, having a spy call out makes sense. But in the earlier version of the game, players were much closer together because maps were much smaller and more chokier, so you never were that far away from a sniper outside of a small handful of cases, like, say, Dust Bowl first, right? So you could always see that there's a sniper there. And so you never had the need to call him out because he's always looking like he's on the enemy team. Now, because maps are so big, he takes up like 3 pixels of visual real estate, like on the far end of like Thunder Mountain First, or like on Odyssey, or these other massive open maps that, like, if someone else manages to catch that, or they get killed by the sniper and they respawn, they can start spamming, hey, sniper, sniper, sniper. Like, that would also be good, because, like, something that's very understated is just how useful those in-game voice commands are. Then, like, people should use those more. Not enough people use them. Like, they're perfect. There's so many in situations that you can use these things. And having one for sniper would be, like, primo. How come they haven't done already? They have a useless pastime voice command spot? Dude, I don't know. I think it's silly. Like, it wouldn't even shake up gameplay that much. If they do nothing else but add that voice command, it's like, hello? Like, if Valve just did that, if Valve, like, you know, people are thinking about what the MVM update's gonna hold, that kind of thing. Like, oh, what if they do balance changes? What if they add new weapons? They're not gonna add new weapons, but balance changes could be a thing. You know, if they do nothing else, no balance changes, jack shit, fuck all, nothing else, and the only thing they do is add a sniper call out for a voice command, that's like 5 years of TF2 discourse generated overnight. Like, you'll have 3-hour-long video essays of people lamenting it or praising it. You'll have like a 9.5-hour video of someone like bitching about how the sniper call out ruined the game, but it's going to give the game a lot of new life. So that alone would be more than what we've received in like 10 years. Anyways, cardboard gun, dog shit.
Finals was given enough movement to be both a positioning heavy and aim heavy class,
Yeah, this was
causing
bullshit.
balancing issues at multiple points in the game's short history. Overwatch has had 2 snipers for the majority of its lifespan, with Widowmaker being an awful pick and Ana being meta for most of the game's history. And need I mention Black Widow from Marvel Rivals, a character that is consistent.
Who plays Marvel Rivals? Can someone tell me who plays Marvel Rivals here? Who does? Oust yourself. I have to know. I want to gauge my audience to know how popular this game is. Raise thine hands. As an ex-sniper main, I really try not to play it anymore unless there's snipers on the other team just beating our team. I think a reverse huntsman thing and a tracer and less ammo would be great. Reverse huntsman? Like reverse damage fall off is what you mean? No thanks, I'm straight. Ooh, that stings. That's a brutal one. That's a brutal one. Seems like a lot of y'all do. I know it's a popular game. I don't play it. Like, I pause this screen. It's messy. I hate health bars. You know, ugh.
Been one of the worst characters in the game since the game came out. It seems that everywhere you look, snipers are an impassable hurdle for developers to balance around. So if snipers
Well,
are...
to be fair, in Counter-Strike, where everything can be perfectly accurate if you know how to aim, and everything can headshot, and there's multiple guns that can kind of take the replacement of, say, the scout or the op, it's like, that's a bit more of a balanced situation. It got the nerf it needed recently, don't get me wrong, but
so hard
it's
to balance,
not nearly as
so
bad
badly
there.
handled across so many games, then should we just drop the archetype altogether? What's the point of keeping this class in so many different games if it's so consistently terrible to deal with? How do we make Sniper good? Well, for some of these answers, we may have to look at an unlikely ally, a game that most wouldn't think of when the word shooter is uttered. Let's take a look at Splatoon.
Have you ever drank liquid before? No?
We're watching the ad read because I want to support my friend. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
Well, there's no better time to start
watching
than
the
right
ad
now.
read.
Introducing Holy, a really yummy drink mixture that you can put into literally anything. Water, milk, the kitchen sink, it doesn't matter. No matter what, it tastes great. Listen to our perfectly unbiased
I
recording
like
of a
that he
totally
did this,
real
like-
customer.
Well,
This-
I think it tastes like lotion.
Fuck you! Holy is the best tasting thing to ever rock this earth. I like the tea flavors because they remind me of what it felt like to be a kid again. Click the link in the description to get 10% off of your order and support the channel. Thank you to Holy for sponsoring
This
the
is a
channel,
real
and
thing,
thank
by the
you
way.
for
This is not a
watching the
bit.
video.
It's like some gamer subs alternative. If you're into that, there you go. Like, I would be remiss if I didn't share the ad read on my friend's video when I'm like restreaming it to a larger audience. I think that'd be wrong if I didn't at least play that, okay? I'm not a fan of those kinds of products. Someone here might be. Also Splatoon.
Depending on who you are, hearing someone even utter the word Splatoon will likely send you reeling into a sense of casual-induced Wii U era cringe, the likes of which Reddit has never before seen. But let me assure you, there's much more to this game than meets the eye.
Did anyone buy a Wii U? I almost did. But it looked like, you know what the Wii U reminded me of? When I first saw the Wii U, it was the progenitor to the Switch, you know. The Wii U genuinely looked like a bath toy. It looked like a toddler's bathtub time toy. Like a toddler Etch-a-Sketch is what it looked like to me. It looked like an inflatable pool toy. It was the most bizarre ass thing I had ever seen. And I'm like, that's a game console? I don't know. I don't know about that one. So I didn't buy it. And then I bought a Switch for a game that took another 6 years to finish, and then it was dog shit. But yeah. What's my me? Can I see it? I don't even know. My Switch isn't even here. The first and last time, okay, I bought a Switch. I bought a Switch in 2017, and I didn't fire it up once. I didn't turn on my Switch one time until Metroid Dread came out, because I originally bought it for Metroid Prime 4. That's why I bought my Switch. I bought it for Metroid Prime 4 in anticipation of this game coming out not too long after the game was announced, right? And I bought the fucking Switch. I was excited for it. It took them fucking like 8 years to finish the game. It took them longer than that, almost 10 years to finish the fucking game after they announced it. And in that time, they put out Metroid Dread, a whole ass other game. And the first and last time I fired up my Switch was to play Metroid Dread, which is a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. I fucking love Metroid Dread. One of the best games ever. And then Prime 4 releases, and it's abysmal dog shit. It's like this lobotomized, sad, watered down thing of a Metroid game. It's like, oh, it's like if we let like a toddler make a Metroid game. It's so bad. My hot take is Sniper is fine how he is, and the only issue is Cope, a spy main. Listen, no, you're wrong. You're not in the majority here. I really do want, I still want to make a video about Metroid Prime 4. It's so, oh my god, it's so bad. Oh, I'm not gonna rant about it for another 20 minutes. I just have to say it again. Oh my god, the game was so bad, and you could tell that it was going to be so good. You can tell it was going to be so good. You can tell because when you're going, I didn't buy it. I watched someone else play it because as soon as I saw the fucking trailers for it, as soon as I saw the fucking bumbling Reddit self-insert guy with a giant fucking nose bitching in the middle of a forest like, oh, well, gee willikers, I wish I was still back in my office. Oh, so, well, I win? What are we doing? That's not a fucking Metroid game. It's dog shit. Of course I'm not gonna buy your game after I see that dog shit. I ain't gonna buy it. Fuck you. Watch someone else play it. Ended up being shit. But you could tell that they had a whole Metroid game ready and done. And then some retarded higher up with the IQ below 40 waddled into the room and said, this isn't like fucking the Zelda game. It's not open world enough. Can we do that? Can we just like, okay, please, can we have a heavy dose of rape for this game? Can we rape this game into oblivion? Can we make it worse? Do that for us. Here's your fucking bonus. 9 years later, they release dog shit. They take the original core game that you could tell was good, they fucking rape it by splitting it apart and scattering it across this empty fuck-ass desert. And then they don't do anything with any of the combat. They don't do shit. It's like the same enemies over and over again. They don't iterate upon the gameplay or the combat in any way like the previous 3 games did. It's like it's the same fucking shit. And then everything about it's worse. And then it's split up across this dumb, retarded open world, and then you have these annoying, insufferable NPCs. I don't care about NPCs. I don't want to know about these characters. I'm immersing myself in scary alien world shooting shit. I don't want to hear, like, fangirling dialogue about the person I'm playing. Oh my god, it's Samus, fuck off! Let me shoot you! You are annoying! Can I turn you off? I'm here to kill aliens! I'm here to kill pirates! I'm here to kill fucking pirates! Not listen to you! Fuck! Fuck you, Nintendo. You ruined my favorite franchise.
For those unaware, Splatoon is Nintendo's own third-person shooter franchise spanning 3 games with a spin-off on the horizon. But for this conversation, we're going to be focusing on the very first game released on the Wii U in 2015. The main premise
like
of
I said, it
Splatoon
looks
is
like
that
a
you're
bathtub
squid
toy.
human hybrid game spin-off on the horizon. But for this conversation, we're going to be focusing on the very first game released on the Wii U in 2015.
It looks like a bathtub toy. And if you got that in white, it looked like a bathtub toy. Like the Leapfrog tablets is what that looked like.
15. The main premise of Splatoon is that you're a squid-human hybrid playing in a paintball-like sport where the primary goal
Splatoon is a good game. Don't get me wrong. I like Splatoon. I played it for like 20 minutes. It's a good game. It didn't stick with me, but having played it on an emulated version, it is good.
To cover the ground in ink. The weapons in this game are all meant to accomplish this goal, to varying degrees of efficiency. The Aerospray MG, for example, can cover a ludicrous amount of ground, netting your team an insane amount of coverage at the expense of its piss-poor range and offensive ability. This dichotomy between offense and the objective is present in all of Splatoon's weapons, and what makes each of them so unique and interesting from the
more
game.
than I already have by being a Wii U owner. Listen, I'm not insulting you for buying the Wii U. I'm just saying that I didn't buy one because it looked like a toy. If you bought one and you got your money's worth, you know what? You did a thing and you're happy with it, so I can't fault you for it.
Design standpoint. The main balance of Splatoon
Emulated?
is in offsetting the weapons offensive
That's illegal, you know. Fuck you, Nintendo. I'm never spending money on one of your goddamn games ever again. Eat my shit.
capability with its relevance to the objective. Oftentimes, weapons are primarily good when they can both manage the objective well and be good at splatting enemies. The 52 Gal,
Yes.
for instance, has immense damage output, allowing it to kill targets in just 3 direct hits, while also inking a fair amount of turf decently quickly. But if the arrow spray is focused on inking turf and the 52 Gal balances inking turf with offense, what does a
How do
fully
they handle their
offensive
sniper?
Splatoon weapon look like? Well, this is where Splatoon snipers come in. The Chargers. The design of these weapons makes me wonder if developers at Nintendo played Team Fortress 2, got headshot by a sniper a couple dozen times from across the map, and thought to themselves, "Ah!" And so they put the Charger in the game.
Yeah,
This
apt
weapon
reaction.
class manages to address each of the 3 major issues we brought up with TF2 Sniper, and comes out on the other end as a major improvement on the design of the class. But despite this, it still has some hiccups that prevent it from being
So it's very close to how the classic operates inside of Team Fortress 2. It's not 1 for 1, but it's the closest TF2 analog I can think of, where you charge up a shot, you slow down, and then, I mean, well, TF2 you can scope in, but in this game you don't scope in, you have to, free aim and then hit someone with it. And the longer you charge, the more damage you do.
absolutely perfect. So let's go
That's
over
the
its
closest
design.
analog.
The Charger is a weapon that shoots ink in a straight line, with the range and damage of the shot being determined by how long the charge is held down for. Every Charger also has a laser
Also, yeah, it has the range thing, where the longer you charge, the further the shot goes.
sight that shows exactly where they're aiming,
If that worked in TF2, that would be interesting.
making it easy to predict and dodge. Different Chargers have different charge speeds and damage thresholds, and none of them have infinite range, but they all operate under the same general design principle. In order for a Charger to kill an enemy in one shot, the player must be almost completely stationary, unable to do anything, for a significant period of time.
Man, if only TF2 Sniper behaved that way. If Sniper was subject to this limitation, he'd be way more approachable. And that's like the classic to the T. Is we're like, okay, if you're wanting to do any kind of damage, you have to stand still. There's no quick scoping. You have to charge a shot in order to get a headshot. Like, that's why I like the classic. Its presence in TF2 makes way more sense. It's more fair.
And in a game like Splatoon, where movement is quick and the time to kill is incredibly low, standing still for any length of time is often a massive risk. Chargers also
That's also something else about TF2's gameplay that I don't think a lot of people think about, is that compared to a lot of other games, TF2's time to kill is a lot higher. Because in so many other FPS games, it's like the instant someone sees you, you're fucking dead. In TF2, it's very heavily range dependent. And also, even at like point blank, most weapons take at least 2 shots perfectly placed in order to kill your opponent. And that's for lower health classes, right? And so that's also a big part of TF2's gameplay that heavily opens up what I discussed earlier, where it's not just rock, paper, scissors, because you have so much time between when the engagement starts and the minimum amount of time before someone could die. A lot can happen in that time frame that could change the outcome of that engagement. And so it's a lot more nuanced than just, oh, I see this guy first, I win.
absolutely suck at
And that's also why I don't like other shooting games, because the pacing of those games is so fucking fast and like not fun. Like I get punished because I didn't look in this one direction for like a millisecond, and then, oh, I didn't see that guy there, so I die in a millisecond. That's like, I'm not a fan of that.
turf, often making them even less mobile even when they
So you mean that the sniper rifle should do at least 2 shots? I mean, not everything else in the game requires minimum 2 shots outside of random crits and a sticky bomb trap, which takes time to set up, and you have to wait for someone to walk into it and detonate at the right time, right? So, I'm a fan of lowering the damage threshold on the sniper rifle, right? And then having it be 2-tap. Oh yeah, and of course the direct hit at point blank or very close range against light classes. Forgot about that. But that also usually means you do damage to yourself, and so there's a punishment there, and you have to land a direct hit with the projectile. It's not hit scan. So there's more challenges there in doing that consistently versus a sniper killing people, one-tapping anyone consistently, right? At any range. So 2 taps by lowering the damage threshold for sniper rifles could be a solution.
aren't actively attacking,
Isn't the classic bad, though? Not really. It's like, if you know how to play sniper, you can use the classic.
and leaving them vulnerable to getting rushed down.
Don't underestimate just abusing what snipers normally abuse by hanging behind your team and shooting people that come in your field of view. Because when you don't have to scope in to charge a shot, you can see everything. And you can just body shot people for 135 over and over again. That is really strong. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Like, yeah, sure, if you want to play optimally, you're going to be quick scoping with any other sniper rifle other than the Sydney Sleeper. But don't make the mistake in thinking that the classic is bad. No. It's actually very good if you know what you're doing, which isn't much. You just have to hang behind your team and body shot people, and getting the occasional headshot is not that hard to do either.
In short, the Charger is a significant trade-off from other weapons, sacrificing a ton of mobility, attack speed, and inking ability in exchange for range and the ability to one-shot enemies.
Yep.
What this results in for the gameplay is that Chargers in Splatoon take on a much more supportive role, hanging out in the backline
Man, a
and preventing
support
enemies
role?
from attacking the objective through
Who
their
would've
area
thought?
denial. The Charger, arguably more so than other weapons in the game, benefits heavily from its sub and special weapons, largely because of this supportive role. These alternative weapons serve to assist the Charger's role as a backline supporter, rather than completely invalidating the class's weaknesses by making him
Yeah.
proficient at close and long range. Interestingly, by making the Charger's ability to aim less important to its overall effectiveness, it actually makes the class better for the game overall. It doesn't mean that aiming isn't important, but the player's
We don't have
ability
to be
aim doesn't
pinpoint accurate,
entirely
which
determine
is,
how
you know.
effective they'll be in an actual match. A Charger could be aimbotting and still not be oppressive enough to single-handedly win a game. No matter how good they
That
are at
I
aiming,
feel like
they
that's also kind of testament to good game design, where if you push it to its limit by giving someone cheats and they still can't completely lock down the game and they're easy to counter, that probably means you did a good job reeling in powerful mechanics inside of your game. Which is why, and this is an argument I've seen people say, that like, oh, people think Sniper needs a nerf only because the bots were a thing. Yeah, because it showed people, it like opened their eyes to go like, oh wow, this game is actually poorly designed, where if you take it to the end member extreme and put the Sniper in the hands of someone who's very highly skilled, yeah, he becomes insanely oppressive and fucking bullshit to fight against. And so now, like I said earlier, when you come across a high-skilled sniper, it's like playing against a bot. And that's not fun for anyone. So, bad game design.
will never be strong enough to invalidate their built-in weaknesses. For the Charger, aim isn't everything, and the game greatly benefits for it. But that doesn't make the Charger perfect. It still has a plethora of issues that could be fleshed out to make for an even better class. Splatoon's incredibly short respawn timer, as well as squid beacons and super jumping, can make actually picking off a sniper feel relatively inconsequential to the overall outcome of the match. If the enemy team's sniper is really good, and you finally manage to flank them and take them out, they're gonna be back in the game so quickly that you might not even have an opportunity to capitalize on their absence.
That's kind of a
I think
general
that making
problem
the respawn
with
time on
Splatoon, is that you can't really capitalize on any death for an extended period of time because respawn times are so short.
people using
I
a
don't know if it's so much a problem with the weapons design.
Charger slightly longer than the default would make taking out one a bit more significant. Also, though sub-weapons and special weapons often encourage a more defensive, supportive playstyle, some very special examples can allow the sniper to defend at close range a bit too well. It's nothing close to TF2's Girardi Bushwhacker combo, but
Normal sniper rifles quickscope from 0.2 to 0.5 and laser sight has it. But dude, I suggested that, and I got so much shit for that suggestion, for increasing the 0.2 second delay between scoping in and being able to land a headshot crit. Because what that would do is that would force snipers into tunnel vision for longer periods of time, therefore imposing the downside the sniper was supposed to have. Like, people were supposed... Yeah, I got doxxed for that. I did. And that would impose the downside sniper was supposed to have. Because if you want to do damage, you have to stay in your tunnel vision. That, like, mitigated the strength he had, but because you don't have to do that for quickscoping, it's like, come on now.
giving the Splash Wall, Inksuka, or Bubbler to a Charger can make closing the distance
Dude, I got so much shit some years ago for saying Sniper needed a nerf, and for suggesting to increase that delay between scoping in and dealing a headshot.
on them and taking them out feel like a harrowing task, if they're good enough. These two issues are examples of the Sniper class's main challenge.
What about taking longer time to chamber? So longer reload. So I mean, longer reloads would be okay, but I think other solutions that we've discussed before in today's stream would be better. Tracers, lower ammo count, You know, things like that.
Challenges rearing their ugly heads just a bit, even when the biggest issues have been taken care of. And they largely stem from the environment of Splatoon and the way it's designed, rather than the sniper class itself. Something like the respawn timers is made consistent for all other weapons, and changing that would upset this internal consistency. So even though Splatoon attempts to address the sniper's biggest issues, these problems can still arise when Splatoon's overall environment clashes with what the developers did to balance the sniper. For the ideal sniper,
Yeah.
the game would have to be designed around them in such a way where their biggest design weaknesses are mitigated significantly, allowing the best parts of the sniper
Another
to flourish.
example of a sniper's presence requiring a lot more fine-tuning of the entire game itself, which is, again, going back to the problem he mentioned earlier of if you're putting a sniper in your game, man, is that shit hard to balance. That's why I like Rat's Instagib. Everyone's a sniper, all the time, and that shit's fun.
But that leads us to ask, what are the best parts of the sniper? You may be surprised to learn that snipers are my favorite class in all of video games. Not just shooters
Boo.
either. I love the
Boo,
sniper monkey
Lucid.
in Bloons.
Boo, Lucid, boo, 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 Lucid, Lucid, bad and stinky. You have horrible taste in no, we Lucid, by default, we have to, like, tomato your house. The next time we see you, I'm dumping an entire truckload of tomatoes in your backyard. Thousands of black flies be upon ye.
Tower defense with all of my being. I'd go over to my friend's house in middle school to play Halo 3 and exclusively use the Spartan laser and sniper rifle.
Okay, I have
I've
to.
spent more time playing
I'll
sniper-
give you that. That was fun. I'll give you
In
that.
Team Fortress 2 than any other class.
I'll give you that.
I first started playing the game during the pandemic and lockdown, and spending abundant amounts of my free time on 2Fort trying to click heads was some of the most fun I've had playing PC games. Snipers are very, very important to me. Having to move to avoid being
I
tracked
no
down by
longer
close
like
range classes,
Lucid. Angry
finding
face.
ideal
Give us some
sightlines and
angry
angles
faces
to
in
cripple
chat.
an
We don't like
opponent's
Lucid anymore
health
because he
and
likes
set up for your
Sniper.
team. These are the things that make the sniper fun and engaging to not only play as, but also to play against. If you're one of those close-range movement and positioning-based classes, then the process of trying to sneak into the backline to get a pick on an enemy sniper and allow your team to move forward is genuinely one of the most enriching and interactive forms of gameplay a shooter can have. This is the dynamic and enjoyable kind of gameplay that snipers offer to shooters, and it's amazing when they're done
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, by my estimation, there's only a select few examples of developers really understanding what makes snipers so fun and engaging.
And one of those is PvE, where it doesn't matter that much. Sure, you don't want it to be like busted and overpowered in something like DRG, but that's PvE. It's not the same.
Instead, devs often seem to focus purely on making
Play DRG, it's a good game.
a character that's supposed to rely on their aim and nothing else. A lot of these characters can just aim at a player's head hitbox and hit left click, and that's all that really matters to them. With most snipers, aim is everything. And I think that's really, really, really boring. But there's one game that's
Not for
given
some
me
people.
everything I could ever
There's
want from a
there's a
sniper.
specific
And
genre
not just one, but
of subhuman that only values aim over everything else, usually to the point where they start cheating inevitably because they can't get enough anymore. I feel like it's a very common pipeline whenever you see like ultra high skilled sniper players in any video game almost always devolve into using cheats at some point in their career because it's just not good enough anymore for them.
Two characters that embody only the best parts of the sniper archetype and make for the absolute best gameplay the class can offer. Let's take a look at our third and final game,
Okay.
Valve's own Deadlock.
Okay. Bit of a disclaimer. I have tried Deadlock. I have tried it. I've put a few hours into the game. It's not for me. I gave it a shot. I'm not a fan of MOBAs. I understand that there is a good game somewhere in there for those that are into the MOBA experience. It's not for me. Okay? Just making that very clear. Valve's own AI slop, sadly, that's true.
Deadlock is a character-focused MOBA shooter hybrid with a heavy focus
Sex.
on movement and positioning, and it's easily the best thing Valve has done in the past decade. It's a true throwback to the classic Valve formula, where the company
Yeah, how those prices treating you?
takes something that worked and completely flips
Who bought a Steam machine? Who bought a Steam machine and who bought a Steam Deck? I feel like the Steam machines have to be underselling by a lot. I'm genuinely curious how many Steam machines have sold so far. I'm very curious how many have sold. Because when those price points got announced, that was a doozy. That was a doozy. No one wanted to buy them. The deck, I understand to an extent because, like, okay, it's portable. You can take it, well, portable, term used loosely. You can take it with you and set it up easily, but like the actual Steam machine, the box, which is just a small computer, man, I play Soldier like a Chad. I don't play Sniper Slot. Yeah, I'm recently a Pyro and Spy guy is what I've been playing a lot these days, so I feel you there. I'm buying a Steam frame if it ever releases. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Steam-based accessories. Not for that price point, anyway. They planned on making the Steam machine before the RAM crisis, and it ruined their entire plan. Here's the thing, man. I can't excuse Valve for that. I can't excuse Valve for that because we hold literally every other company to this higher standard of making affordable stuff for us. They're making it affordable to the point where, like, you want to buy it. Like, they don't have to do that. But, like, that's not an excuse for Valve. You know, they don't get to play like, oh, we're the small indie company and there's just nothing we could do about it. We just couldn't do anything. Or the RAM was so like, dude, you're the biggest and most profitable game company on the fucking planet. You couldn't work out a deal. You couldn't work out hardware deals with these guys like every other company is expected to do to lower the price of your machines. It caught you that off guard, really? To where like, oh, we didn't anticipate this. We had no idea we were going to have to raise our prices. Oh, bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Received my Zest plush a few days ago. Now she's sitting next to my Fumos with a Dr. Pepper hat on. Cheers. Yes. Plushies, I think, are mostly received. Most people have received their plushies so far. Don't forget, I'm going to open a channel this week inside of the announcements Discord where we'll have a photo contest where people can submit funny photos of their plush, and the winner's gonna get a prize. There will be a prize for the winner of the funniest picture or video. Get creative. I will accept short videos. Please, like, nothing more than a minute. It'll be fun.
Sit on its head to make an experience that feels entirely unique. And no place is that better seen than in the characters. Each of these characters seems deliberately designed to appeal to a specific type of player. From players who like constant movement, to players who like to play with the team, to players that like micromanaging smaller units to lock down an area.
Here's my problem with Deadlock. There's already too many. My problem with Deadlock and every other MOBA and like other games like that too, like Marvel Rivals, there's already too many characters. There's already way too much shit to keep track of. Just too much. Like, to the point, it's not even like choice paralysis. It's to the point where you've crammed a fast-paced game. This isn't like a strategy game. This isn't like something to the effect of, I don't know, like people say I need to play Factorio, things like that. You know, this is a very fast-paced shooting game where you have so much to keep track of already. And if you bloat it with so many characters, are there 38 characters now? There's no way there's already 38 characters. That's crazy. Yeah, having that many to keep track of already in a fast-paced game is insane. And then they're only going to keep adding more because the big draw for these games are new characters so they can sell them to you. Yeah, and Dota has over 100, but of course, what inevitably happens is most of them don't go used, and most people gravitate to a smaller handful of this large volume of characters, which happened with TF2 and its unlocks. But the problem still stands where it's so much, and the fact that you can come across that in your typical game, it's like, whoa, what the fuck does this guy do? And then like, uh-oh, I chose a character that isn't good against this character. I'm like guaranteed to die, that kind of thing. It's way too much to keep track of, and it's a really big turnoff for people that are employed. Like, if you can't play this game for 6 hours a day to master even one class, let alone multiple, to not only understand how to play it efficiently on your own terms, but how to also use that class to deal with the other 40 characters you have to deal with. It's like, who has that amount of time? I don't. So that's why I'm not really big on MOBAs. It's another reason.
The interesting part of this is that a lot of these archetypes have
You don't think Deadlock will have as many characters as Dota? I have bad news for you. I have bad news for everyone thinking that Valve is not going to treat Deadlock like all of their other games. Their other games were the proving grounds. Their other games were the petri dishes, the test beds for how to make their games massive money printers, insanely successful, not only in terms of microtransaction slop, but also esports. If you don't think Valve is going to do everything they've done with TF2, Counter-Strike, and Dota into Deadlock, if you think they're not going to do that, I have really, really bad news for you. They're going to do all of it and more. Get ready.
Their primary roots in Team Fortress 2, but they've all been adapted and shifted to such a significant degree that you'd hardly notice. The Sniper has 2 characters in Deadlock that extend from his
Soon to be
blueprint,
7.
Vindicta and Grey Talon. Vindicta is the most visually similar to what you'd expect from a Sniper, given that she's the one character
Why
of
can
these
she
two that
fly?
actually has gun. But the interesting
Why
part
can
about
she fly?
Vindicta is that her Sniper isn't actually something you'll be using all that often, despite it being fundamental to what makes her unique as a character. You see, in an absolutely hilarious twist of fate, the developers of Deadlock realized that snipers are oftentimes really broken and unfun to play against. So Vindicta's traditional scoped-in sniper shot has been relegated to her ultimate ability. Her ultimate ability. The base
Cool.
attack of most snipers
I'm okay
is
with
so
that.
fundamentally flawed and broken that Vindicta has it as the strongest possible attack in her entire kit. This is the ability that Vindicta's whole moveset is based around. Its main function is that it has a huge damage multiplier on targets with under half health. As such, her kit is designed around getting enemies' health low enough to where she can do the most damage possible. Rather than her sniper being her default move, it's the move that she has to set up for with the rest of her abilities. She has a tether that hampers a target's movements, allowing for easier kills.
That's
As well-
also okay. That's also a problem that I have, where I don't want to have to read a book before I know what a character is going to do. Like, if I click on a character and like, here's what your character does, and it's like 7 different wiki pages, I'm not going to play your game. I'm sorry.
As an attack that applies 7
So, you know what? That is a good analog. Something like the Sydney Sleeper, where you have to bring the class's health down enough or set them up with mini crits to then follow up with a higher damage shot. Yeah. That's also, yeah, that's actually a decent analog. Yeah, I'm a fan of the idea of having to force the sniper to set up their higher amounts of damage instead of being able to call upon it whenever they want. So,
seconds of
it is a
bleed.
step in the right direction, fundamentally.
Hey, wait a second. Unlike most snipers, aiming and hitting a shot is only a small part of Vindicta's game plan. She has to earn her way to that point first, putting their health below that juicy 50%
What were those birds? What is this game?
threshold that allows for her to do some real damage. However, her weaknesses are as pronounced as her strengths are. Once she gets rushed down, there's very little she can do to get away, and there's a metric ton of items that counter what she's capable of. But once she's in position,
That's like something else too. This is like 75-dimensional chess. There's so many things to keep track of. Like, oh, it's like, okay, it's honestly, it's like playing fucking, genuinely, it's like my experience playing Magic the Gathering, where, okay, like, I have this card that has these specific abilities, but then there's like 17 other cards in existence that this guy might have that will just insta-one-tap me or turn me off that I also have to keep track of. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Magic the Gathering, but putting that into an FPS? Bad. Like, what is this? I didn't even realize I paused my screen on this. What am I looking at? Huh? I'm sorry. I've been so spoiled by TF2 and how clear and readable that game is, where when I see something like this, I just have to question anyone's mentality when they decide to play this. It's just so much. It's so much.
she's able to be a real problem in any match. The hard part is just getting in position and staying there. This design is very unique as far as snipers go, but it certainly helps make her kills feel a lot more earned than in other games. And I think that she makes really solid improvements on the sniper formula that keep its gameplay intact, while not falling into many of the pitfalls common of the archetype. But she's not the character that made me want to make this video. Out of the two snipers Deadlock has,
that design makes a lot more sense in terms of reeling in the sniper character again, because having to set up the damage dealing that slows down the rate at which they can be a nuisance, which is far more tolerable on the receiving end. So that also is nice, because when they have to like line up consecutive hits on you before they can deal big damage, that also means, oh, you're kind of at fault, instead of, oh, I just got one tapped because they decided to do that to me whenever they wanted to. Okay, that's some bullshit. So this is a much more like pleasing experience to be on the receiving end of. So that's better.
Vindicta is
TF2
the one that
Sniper.
I've played the least of.
It is.
Whereas the next character is the reason I play Deadlock at all.
Old man!
Allow me to introduce you to my favorite sniper in all of
Old
gaming,
man!
Grey Talon.
Lucid likes playing as old men.
This character, this one right here,
Are they ever
this is
gonna
my
update that
favorite
design?
character in any shooter. He might be my favorite character in anything. I absolutely adore this
Dilf
guy.
enjoyer.
I'd go as far as to say that I'm his #1 fan. If this stoic archer was removed from the game tomorrow, never to return, I don't think that I'd ever play this game again. There just isn't a character in any game that gives me the utmost joy that Grey, My Family is Dead Talon does. The design of his kit,
So I think that's going to be another big appeal for Deadlock fans, is like they're going to have their one character that they're always going to play regardless of what else is going on.
it has been meticulously handled to ensure that he avoids all of the common mistakes
The game's visuals leave something to be desired. I do agree.
that most other snipers fall into. First, like Vindicta, Talon's primary sniping tool isn't his primary fire. It's an ability with a set amount of charges that goes on cooldown, making his sniping much less oppressive and annoying to fight, because he doesn't have
like
it up
the
all
other
the time.
character, again, they can't do it all the time.
However, unlike Vindicta, Talon sniping isn't just for picking off low health targets. It also serves as the ideal way to set up for his ultimate, the Owl. This targeted
just a
drone
bomb.
strike is a controllable AoE stun that can go
It's basically a flying bomb, is what it is.
Anywhere
It's a
on the
fucking drone strike in the shape of an owl.
map, and instantly kills anybody hit by it under a certain damage threshold. Being able to cripple the enemy team at a moment's notice from the opposite side of the map makes Grey Talon an incredibly versatile character that
If I knew this was going to be a Deadlock glazing stream, I would have touched grass today. I'm not the one glazing it. Lucid's glazing it. He's free to glaze it. If you like the game, you like the game. I'm not going to fault you for it. I just know that I'm not a fan of the game.
can succeed in pretty much any situation, and it gives you even more spirit power on kill, making your sniping even more lethal than it already was with every single owl that you hit. This is the most amazing positive feedback loop to ever be put in a video game. Whereas Vindicta uses her primary fire to set up for her sniping, Grey Talon uses his sniping to set up for a tactical nuke on the enemy team. This is such a cool take on the sniper archetype, using a character's
It's cool.
long-range weapon, not a
It's cool, but also again, it's kept in check by the fact you can't do the insta snipe ability all the time, which is good. It
tool
slows
for
it down.
one-shotting enemy gamers, but as a way to set up for a completely separate, equally awesome move is so fucking fun, and the other two abilities in Grey Talon's kit completely synergize with this idea. Rain of Arrows applies a debuff to enemies, allowing him to more
Wake me when they let you have 5 of the same character on each team. I will return to Deadlock when each team can all be the same character. Let me stack 6 Ivies, and then I'll consider it.
easily track them down, and giving him frankly underrated mobility to get out of difficult situations.
I want that to be the normal game.
And his snare gives him the ability to make the enemy team uninstall the game, forcing the enemy team to avoid an entire area of the battlefield, lest they be cursed and unable to do anything to defend themselves, is such a powerful supportive tool.
Ivy's
It's
the
so
only
fun
character
to
I
put
know by
enemies in
name.
situations
So
where
that's why I
they're
chose
forced to
that
either
one.
run away or be cursed and die instantly to the power of your infinite burst damage.
Good job.
Deadlock snipers are, by my estimation, the ideal way to implement sniper characters in a video game. For Grey Talon and Vindicta, aim isn't everything. No matter how good you are at sniping, aiming
that's a
your
good
shots,
thing.
clicking on heads, you are forced to master the rest of their kit in order to be truly effective while playing them. Sure, a Vindicta who can aim perfectly is dangerous, but that doesn't matter if the enemy team buys knockdowns, slowing hex, or phantom strike.
No shade to the guy. I'm not like sneezing on the guy, but this is what I mean. This game is going to be huge for people that play this game as their job. It's going to be and this game is going to have a ridiculous, massive, huge esports scene. Oh my god, it's going to be big. Mark my words, Valve is like taking as much time as they need for this game to be massive. Not just in like the esports scene, they're going to make it approachable for casuals too. This game is going to have it all. Mark my fucking words. Mark my words. It's going to be big in esports. It's going to be really casually approachable. It's going to have, and then people got mad at me on the last stream when I said this, it's guaranteed going to have commercial crossovers. Guaranteed. Valve invented that shit, and they're going to do it with this game 100%. You don't think Nike's going to want to put some sneakers on these characters, man? You don't think that's not going to happen? I have bad news for you. It's going to be loaded with this shit.
And completely prevents you from getting a good shot on them. A Grey Talon who can hit all of his arrows is certainly deadly, but he's no good against
not
any
Nike
opponent
specifically,
who
but
rushes
you
him
get my
down and
point.
breaks down his defenses. Each of these characters reward the player for having good aim, but they don't completely define what makes them special. Vindicta's Tether and Grey Talon's Snare both have excellent supportive capabilities, and being able to affect the enemy team en masse with an incredibly crippling debuff is a really strong tool, one with potency that potentially rivals that of single target elimination. And that's what I wanted to focus on when I made this video. A good sniper character often isn't the one that relies solely on their aim, but one whose aim is only a tool that allows the rest of their kit to be effective.
It's a
When
well-designed
designing a good
sniper,
character,
sure.
especially
Yes.
in a PvP
I'm in
shooter,
agreement.
it is imperative
It's a
that they
better
have more to
designed
their
sniper
kit that makes them
character.
fun and unique beyond just how good they can aim. A badly designed sniper is an attention funnel for all players in a lobby, forcing the game to be less about the objective and more about taking out the sniper.
Yep.
It's maybe the
Yep, that is fucking TF2 to a T, man. You set one good sniper on the enemy team, and the game becomes about working around him than playing the objective or doing anything else, really.
worst kind of thing you can add to your PvP shooter, the personification of a wild goose chase. But a good, well-made sniper is one of the most reliable ways to create a dynamic and engaging battlefield to fight in. There's a semi-common sentiment I see online that snipers are a completely unworkable concept, something that should be thrown to the wayside and lost forever.
They have to be heavily tamed.
And I think that's
Or remove it
absurd.
from TF2.
The function of a sniper as a way to
I'd be
force
okay
the
with
enemy
that.
team to be more
I wouldn't
mindful of their
complain.
movement and positioning is sorely
Though I'll miss
needed
the
in
classic
all of
and
these
the Huntsman.
games, as they all prioritize both of those skills in how they're designed. The sniper is part of the reason why mechanics like rocket jumping, air strafing, and corner boosting are so useful, as they allow enemies to close the gap between them and the sniper. The sniper acts as a way to encourage this back and forth, push and pull style of combat, and that's not something that should be lost. I just think that too many games get a sense of tunnel vision, focusing their crosshairs on
Literally.
the marksman part of this archetype, when they'd be better to zoom out and take a look at the big picture. Because, when it comes to the sniper, aim isn't everything. Thank you for watching.
It was a good video, Lucid. Primo. Good stuff. Lucid makes great videos. I will post the link in the chat right now for people to go give it a like. Go give this video a like. Lucid finally put out a video that's doing pretty well, so go give it a boost. Go give it a like. Show him some love. Lucid makes good shit, man. Another fantastic video from our buddy, our pal, Lucid Letters over there. Love you, buddy. Also, my stream chat froze. What happened? No! What are we doing? Go back. And it crashed. Hold on. Refresh. It does this every day. Every time. Come on now. Hello? There we go. We love you, Lucid. Good video ending on a B. So, I say, I'm still of the opinion. That TF2 Sniper needs some kind of nerf. That's right. That is where I stand. That's where I stand. And when it comes to Shonik's video about Sniper getting removed, I've watched it before. I'm not gonna watch it on stream because there's no real point in doing that. I don't think I think most people have seen it by this point. It is funny how removing that class from the game just made the game generally more fun. I do find that funny. TF2 becomes more fun and less frustrating. Should watch the Shonik Revert server video. No, I think that's way less interesting. I don't think I care about. I don't care about like custom modded weapon TF2 videos because I'm more interested in the vanilla game. I'm more interested in the vanilla game and things that would be impactful on the vanilla game as like hypotheticals instead of like, what if we made every weapon shoot green and purple dildos? Wouldn't that be fun? So I'm not a big fan of those kinds of videos. If you are, go crazy. You are, go crazy. When am I going to remove Sniper from my server? I would never hear the end of it if I did. I would never, ever, ever hear the end of it if I did. What was that balance changes thing I talked about last time? Yeah, someone sent me another balance mod. I don't know if I want to go through that on stream today because it's a lot. I'm not sure. Language, please. I'm in public waiting for a haircut. Please tone down. There are children here. Use earphones. What are you doing? I love watching you get mad. Please look at it. I don't know. Do I want to like get angry? Do I want to get more angry? Hold on. Let me look at this shit. What was this? Yeah, it was TF2 rebalanced. Who made this? I don't even know who made this. Hold on, let me look at this shit on Steam. Who did this? This is a community made mod. When was it put up? And who worked on it? That's what I want to know. I don't know who worked on this. Oh, I see 2 names. I don't know these people. We'll look at it, I guess. We'll thumb through it. We'll thumb through it real quick to see what's going on. Let's have a look, shall we? This is TF2 rebalanced. Not really sure what this is a mod on Steam. It's this mod that's not available yet, but it's coming soon. It'll be here eventually. So let's have a look-see, shall we? Let's see what this does. We'll see if this has any reasonable changes or if it's going to be wild. So it looks like we have multi-class and then class-specific, so we'll start with multi-class. Multi-class. General changes. Random crits are disabled by default, so it's already a dogshit mod. Fixed spread is enabled by default. Okay, so you want this to be competitive TF2, so it's already dogshit. The mod is already terrible. I'll move chat down here so you guys can see this. Shrink you a bit. Yeah, so the mod is already dog shit. If you're turning off random crits by default, what are you doing? Comp slop immediately identified. What are we doing? You want to play competitive TF2? It's over. It's true. It's all you want. Random crits are part of the blood and soul of this game, man. You cannot separate random crits from TF2 and have the same game. It's just true. It's just true. MVM changes. The Conqueror gains... Who cares? Conqueror gains 50% less range. Who uses the conch in MVM, first of all? Explode on Ignite now deals 150 damage. Why nerf it? No fun. Explosive headshot no longer slows targets. No fun. Spy now has a small money collection radius. Okay, so no fun in the PvE game mode that no one plays already, and then like a slight spy buff. Okay. 99% of developers quit right before they make the perfect rebalance mod. Another one to the pile. Yeah, probably. Alright, what did they do to the base jumper? Press jump key while in the air to deploy. Okay. Hidden 50% increased horizontal push force while deployed. Now only applies to enemy damage. 20% less self-damage taken from blast jumps. Descent speed is slowed while deployed. You take mini crit damage from all explosive weapons while the parachute is deployed. Oh, God. Why did you make it worse? You didn't need to put that stat on there. You already... Okay, listen. 20% less damage taken from blast jumps does not translate into that much. You already cleave off like 45 damage to get yourself airborne. And then you're a sitting duck because you move so slow in the air and then someone's just gonna pick you out of the air. Not with just the direct hit, but any explosive weapon. Now, people already don't use the base jumper. Now no one would use it. Dude, just revert it. Genuinely, just revert the base jumper. Just put it back. Give us the infinite redeploys. Just just put it back. Even with that, even with the old stats, it was by no means overpowered, and everyone else used the gunboats more anyway. Why do people hate the base jumper this much? Dude, fuck me if I know. I really don't understand. Fuck me if I know. Oh my god. Still provides too much flexible air control in 6s. What is SMOD 4? It's not specifically for competitive. Why are you trying to balance weapons for competitive 6s and think that it's like you're balancing for the 12v12 experience? You can't do that. Fundamentally, you cannot do that. Because the 6v6 experience with class limits and weapon bans is not the same game balancing that you have in a 12v12 free-for-all, where anyone can play whatever they want. You can't do... Hi, Pinto. What's up, dog? You okay? Hi. You okay, doggy? Pinto is here. What is it, dog? What is it? Come here. Pinto. Come here, dog. Come here. What are you doing, dog? What are you spazzing for? What about trickle-down balance? It's fucking bullshit. Doesn't mean anything. Said he's done. He just wanted to come say hi. What? Yeah, he's done. Moving on. While providing barely any benefits in casual environments, changes applied should address these issues while giving it a defined use in casual. So, what you've done is made it useless in casual mode, because now you're going to get picked off by literally anything. And then and everyone's going to continue not using it in 6s like they already do. So, good job. Have Satoichi has a large melee range and deploys slower like normal. Soldiers and demos can duel with katanas for one-hit kills, so same thing there. Gained 50% base health on kill, 30% longer banner buff duration? So when this is equipped, you have 30% longer banner duration for the buff banner, the Conqueror, and the battalion's backup. That's strong. That's really strong. I'm thinking no. That is completely unnecessary. Has no real incentive to be used on Soldier. Added banner synergy should incentivize this as utility. I think it's okay if it isn't that good on Soldier. I don't think every weapon needs to be equally viable. I don't think that's a good thing. That's like 3 seconds. 3 extra seconds of mini crits is very strong. 3 extra seconds of taking 35% less damage from everything and also no crits and 50% less damage from sentry guns. Why would you not use this whenever you're running a banner? You would never use anything else ever again if you're using a banner. It's just way too strong. Okay. Pain Train. Same deal. 1 more capture rate on wearer. 10% faster movement speed while holding the briefcase. Rarely does a weapon balance have 0 potential use in specific game modes. I think that's okay. I don't think it's an issue that the Pain Train is not 100% viable in every game mode. I think that's acceptable. 10% faster movement speed while holding the intelligence briefcase, so you can use that as a demo knight and be 10% faster. I don't know. It's such a niche issue. I don't really see a problem with it at all. I mean, fine. I wouldn't be twisted up about this. 10% isn't that much, so I guess this is okay. But also, it's like kind of a non-issue. It's fine. Whatever. I'm okay with that. 10% more movement speed while holding the briefcase? Sure. Fuck it. I think that's fine. I'm not offended by that. Weapon deploys, so same thing. 50% slower reload, 35% less accurate, and 30... Why are we dropping the clip size? Why are we increasing the reload time? What are we doing? Increased bullet count combined with lower damage made this weapon deal subpar damage at any range past point blank. Changes made to better reflect Panic Attack's original design before its rework. And it has 30% faster firing speed. Dude, so look at the family business. Look at the family business. You have 8 shots that fire faster with normal reload speed. It is agony having to reload that entire thing just to get one more shot out. Putting 50% slower reload on this is awful. This is worse than the original Panic Attack because it has slower reload. What are we doing? Yeah, it's a worse version of the previous version. Why not just have a separate version that had the old version stats and just make that a separate weapon? The slower reload absolutely kills this. It's a horrible idea. It doesn't need the faster firing speed. I think the current version of the Panic Attack is like a fun and viable weapon, but I also miss the old version. Like if we could just have the old version as a separate use case, then I think that'd be the way to go. Like if I had the keys to the kingdom, that's what I would do. This is a worse version of the old version. Reserve shooter. Same deploy speed. Mini-crits targets launched airborne by explosions, grapples, rockets, and air blasts. No mini-crits against targets that initiated a blast against themselves. Okay, so it just adds mini-crits back on air blast, which I think is okay with. Though I'm not in agreement on this. I think you should still be able to do mini crits on people that blast jump themselves. I don't think it needs this nerf. I think it's fine to be able to air blast with it, or to combo with air blast again, because the old air blast stun locked people in the air and popped them up in the same way every single time. Whereas the new reworked Air Blast makes it much more challenging to consistently land a shotgun combo on them. So putting it back to combo with Air Blasts, I think would be totally fine. But this, no, I think it's okay to have this on there. Because generally, how often are you actually punishing someone who initiated the rocket jump themselves? This is really a sixes problem. And that's why this stat is there. What did they do to my soldier? Yeah, I'm not a fan of the nerf. Oh god, there's so much. We're probably not gonna get through everything. Oh my god. Alright. Babyface's blaster. Same build boost, 45% 100. Okay, boost decays over time at 10% per second. Boost reduced by 25% on air jumps, 34% reduced clip size, 10% slower movement speed. Benefits of this weapon were so easily negated by the downsides that it was barely worth using. Replace drain mechanic and new downsides should make it feel better to use. I think, no, because in the right hands, you'll never lose the boost. In the right hands, you would never lose the boost. If you have a high skill scout player, this is the only weapon they would use. Because if they're consistently landing their shots and regaining the boost by always dealing damage with it, then they're never going to be slowed down. You need to have the boost lost on damage taken, otherwise it's going to make the scout unstoppable. I think it's a terrible idea. I think the current version of the Babyface's blaster is fine. The old version was even better before they reworked it for Scout outrunning his hitbox, which was never a thing. That was a bullshit myth, not actually a problem. So I don't think the Babyface's blaster needs to be changed. I think the current version's fine. Okay. Primary weapon. Scout backscatter. Mini crits are no longer capped based on range. Instead, any mini crits hits past the max range are impacted by fall off. Okay. So mini crits targets critical damage is affected by range, 35% less. So you even made the random crits affected by range? Oh. In its current use, the backscatter is hardly worth using. Its downsides are way too punishing for the niche upside. Adjustments should be made to make this weapon worth using. I think giving the random crits it receives, also affected by range, not a good idea. I'm okay with this. I'm alright with this, where the mini crits are applied at any range. I'm okay with that. But I think the, wait, 35% less accurate? Isn't it just currently 20? Hold on, TF2 backscatter. Did you make it less accurate? You did. You made it even less accurate. Why? Why'd you make it even less accurate? For what purpose? So you nerfed it, and then gave its random crits fall off, and then, but your lower accuracy is gonna make this stat irrelevant because you're hitting fewer pellets. So, and they're impacted by fall off. So, no, get rid of this, get rid of that, and just have this. And that's already better. And it would still be weaker than the stock scattergun and really any other choice. Force of Nature. Weapon reloads entire clip. Knockback on shooter airborne. 25% faster reload speed. 50% faster firing speed. 20% more bullets per shot. 10% damage penalty. 60% on clip size. What did they change? Exactly, I'm confused. TF2 Force of Nature. Like, I don't remember the exact stats on the Force of Nature. So what did they add? 25% faster reload speed is that the only thing they changed? Yeah, so just 25% faster reload speed. So you can spam it, so it's a buff? I guess? No, not worth using over the Soda Popper for burst and provides very annoying displacement mechanic on the class which shouldn't have them to begin with. I disagree, because like if you're gonna have the power to knock back somebody else, it should also fuck with you. That kind of is what makes it fun. Changes allows them to act as a burst damage alternative. No, don't. The Force of Nature doesn't need changing at all. The Force of Nature doesn't need to be changed at all. I just leave it like that weapon hasn't been changed at all since Valve first added it, other than adjusting how much knockback is applied based on distance. So I really don't think the Force of Nature needs changing at all. I think it's a perfectly fine gun. Leave it the way it is. Leave it the way it is. Don't need to change it. Faster reload speed is whatever. Makes just better, I guess. But I don't think it needs it. And also leave the knockback the same. Okay, shortstop. What did you do to my shortstop? Hidden 50... Okay, so they reduced the reload speed. Okay, that's... Thank you. Thank you. Like, this is a step in the right direction, because ever since it got the reload speed nerf, this weapon feels terrible to play with, and your damage output is pitiful in comparison to basically any other scout primary, so this is a step in the right direction, yes. I'm all for just putting the reload speed back to how it was on launch, and it would still be worse than any other scattergun option. Genuinely. Just put it back to pistol reload speed, and it would still be the least used scout primary, by far. Because the only reason why people use the shortstop all the time back then is because you had the special delivery set, and you had 150 health on scout. As soon as they removed that, as soon as they nerfed the reload speed, the only use case it had was for the Milkman set, and then when they removed item set bonuses, no one used it, because the reload speed's terrible. Soda Popper. Same thing, build hype by damage... alt fire, gain 50% increased jump height for 10 seconds, 25% faster reload speed, 50%, so it's the same reload speed as, hold on, I'm confused. Knockback on shooter while air, I'm lost. So these now have the same reload speed, okay. The old hype is ridiculously powerful. That's why it's banned in 6s, sure. But like in the vanilla game, I think it's fine. There's no need to nerf this thing at all. There's no need to nerf it. I mean, jump height's nice, but I don't think you need to nerf the Soda Popper. I think in the normal vanilla game, it's fine. Just keep it banned in 6s. Who cares? Bonk Atomic Punch. Drink no longer fills over time and takes 400 damage to build. Okay, so you ruined it. You made one of Scout's least used secondaries now completely untouchable, because no one's going to use this. Because if you're dealing 400 damage already with any primary, just use the Mad Milk and get all that health back. You've ruined it. Congratulations, you've ruined it by having the stat on here. What have you done? 400 damage on a scout. Without a secondary damage dealer, by the way. while active, only 35% damage. So you basically just have the buffs of the battalion's backup. So you just get this is the battalion's backup for only scout, is what this does. So you made it worse in that you remove the fun gimmick that lets you flank, and you can still die after dealing 400 damage with this shit. All medi beams are blocked and vaccinator uber charges removed while the effect is active. And the meter can't be filled while it's active. Who would use this? Who would use this? It's horrible now. What have you done? Effect proved to be impossible to properly balance for both competitive and casual mode. It's fine in casual mode. It's like one of his worst options, but it's still kind of fun. And of course, it's banned in competitive mode because an invincible scout that can flank behind the enemy team is obviously going to fuck it up. Who cares about competitive? Just leave it banned. I don't have permission to participate in the Discord, so I don't know how to get back to you by, like, feedback on my balance doc. Maybe. Maybe. If you have a Discord, you can DM me. Yeah, you've made this useless. Just leave the bonk the way it is and keep it banned in 6s. And even with this in 6s, no one would use this. Everyone would just keep using literally any other secondary option. What they do, okay, the Criticola, I completely believe is like just one of the worst things they've added. They've never managed to put this thing in a reasonable balance state. It's either too good or too terrible. So what they do. So now this takes 350 damage to fill it. Wonderful. No longer marks for death. Gain a speed boost and 50% increased jump height for 8 seconds. Fill drink meter by dealing damage. Same thing, all medi beams are blocked. Okay, so instead of mini crits, this now gives you faster movement speed and increased jump height. Instead. I don't think so. Yeah, the Criticola without crits is, it's now a bit of a misnomer. Also a bit niche and weird when you can just use the winger and have the higher jump height whenever you want it without completely sacrificing secondary damage. So just run that instead. And then with a speed boost, you're playing Scout. And having to do 350 damage for just this for 8 seconds, and then having to do it, you're not going to be able to cycle this fast enough in order for it to be even useful. Plus, you can't get healed while you're under its effects. That's horrible. Another weapon that no one would use. I agree that its effects prove to be impossible to properly balance. Over the years, the Critical has been reworked several times. It's never found its place. I believe Scout having mini crits on demand is just something that should have never been added. But Valve needed to make money, so they put that in the game. Short of just removing this shit, I don't know what you could do to the Criticola, honestly. It doesn't say no crits. Well, I mean, it says while this is active, this is what you have now. I'm assuming that means the mini crits are gone. Flying Guillotine. Base damage increased from 50 to 60. No longer bleed, so what's the point? Gain 50% of base health on kill. Long range reduces cooldown. Okay, so you made it stronger. You get half your health back if you get a kill with it. What? Provide scouts with too much spammable damage at longer range. Bleed removed along with additional benefits added to make this weapon stand out more as a finisher instead of a long-range chip damage spam tool. It's only a problem in 6s. It's not a problem in normal casual mode. And then now it would be like balanced in 6s, but probably too strong in casual mode. You've now made it too strong. Removing the bleed sucks, but if you get like a crit, no, just no. Just leave it the way it is. Leave it the way it is. Yeah, and you get 75 health on kill with this is pretty strong. I'm thinking no. Gaining health as a finisher sounds cool. Well, that's where the candy cane comes in. So we'll see what they did with this. How they changed the Mad Milk. Enemies are coated for 5 seconds on hit. Milk no longer charges over time, and you have to, of course, deal damage with it. Fuck. Players deal 35% heal only. Okay, so they knocked it down to 35%, down from 60. Can be used to extinguish. Weapon starts empty. Weapon cannot be resourced. So you just massive nerf. So you've massively nerfed the Mad Milk. Is what you've done. You just massively nerfed the Mad Milk, and to the point where it's useless. You've made the Mad Milk useless. Yes, it's strong, but in terms of how often I see this shit used in casual mode, not that often. Also, the fact it starts empty is insane. We have to remember that this is a mod, right? This isn't like a suggestion for the vanilla game, so you have to give them that courtesy. And so, like, criticizing this is like a reflection of how it would behave in the vanilla game is probably unfair because this is a mod. But if you're wanting people to approach this as the normal 12v12 game, no one's going to use this. You've massively nerfed it to the point where no one's going to touch this. Like, it's already not that heavily used. And most people tend to use it selfishly, and even then, it's not that strong in your typical game of vanilla TF2. And then what did they do to the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol? Deploys faster with a faster firing speed, so it's just a faster pistol with a smaller clip size, with no health on hit. Oh, health on hit mechanic on top of extra firing. Speed made this weapon essentially a straight upgrade to the stock pistol. Adjustments should bring it down to a side grade level. So they just made the faster firing. Hold on, I have to like remind myself TF2. I have to refresh my memory. So an even smaller clip size, so even fewer bullets, from 25% down to 34%, to 20. Slightly faster firing speed with fewer bullets is what you've done. So you've basically turned this into the Winger with health on hit, is what you've done. So you made it worse, effectively. Now no one's going to use this. And the current version is probably Scout's best option. It's fine. Okay. Bat. 50% more ammo from Paxson wearer. Why? That's like one of the main things that keeps Scout's pistol in check is the fact you can only reload it 3 times. Huh? Why? Like, rarely do I see Scouts completely exhaust their primary ammo, but when it comes to the pistol, the Scout kind of needs that. That's important to have, so I'm thinking you don't need to apply stats onto vanilla weapons. Maybe don't do that. Also, I think it's a little busted. Had no real incentive for usage due to the way TF2 Scout melee weapons in TF2 have evolved. Yeah, thing is, you have to remember that this base game was designed without unlocks in mind, and I think going back and changing the vanilla stock weapons to do different things, you shouldn't do that. You should you should preserve that in whatever mod you're making. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want in your own mod, but I think going back and adding stats to vanilla weapons is a bit heinous. My doc is in the balanced TF wiki under the fish stick on a stick portal because I started in Fishscored. It has a link to see changes. Look for Coolified Gaming's Gatling Garrison update. Maybe. I might go check it. Probably not today because streams have been going on for a while, but maybe another day. What did they do? This weapon causes enemies to drop a small health pack killed by any of your weapons. 50% less max overheal. Okay, so you've now massively buffed the shit out of this. This is now essentially a direct upgrade all the time for Scout. He will never use any melee ever again. I agree the downside was too harsh. 25% extra blast damage, so you get one tapped by basically any explosion. Really, ideally, bring that down to, say, 15 or 20%, So it's still a downside, but he can't get one-tapped. That's really the change it needs. But this is a direct upgrade. No one would ever use anything else, truly. Like, I know Overheal on Scout is powerful, but this would, like, with this amount of Overheal, he could still survive a Quickscope, and there's no downside to getting kills. You just get health, and you just get your health kits. Damn. Too strong. Don't change the Fan of War. You don't need to change it. Crits on mini crit, that's the same. On hit, one target's marked for death, causing all damage to be taken from mini crits in a second. Yeah, that's fine. Heal for 35% of base damage dealt to target marked. If marked target dies, gain mini crits equal to timer. That is really fucking busted. Holy shit. Okay, so not only do you deal mini crits, like you mark them for death, but then you get health back on hit while they take mini crits. Any amount is too insane, 35% or otherwise. And if you kill them before the effect runs out, you get your own mini crits. That is way too strong. What? That's massively overpowered. This, in practice, no one would ever play heavy again. No one would ever touch heavy ever again if scouts had this weapon available. I think the current Fan of War is totally fine. I combo it with the Force of Nature, and that shit's fun. I even combo it with the shortstop. Like, dude, fuck the Criticola. Use it with the shortstop. I think the current version is totally fine. What do you think about that video regarding sniper classes in games, and the solution to rebalance was make his sniper more of a charge spell escape design like an ultimate but less cliche? I think I think the whole point, the overarching point of that video was having a sniper have a more committed action in order to deal more damage, have a bigger investment for the higher damage payoff. And that's what TF2 Sniper does not have. You essentially sacrifice nothing to get the massive damage output, whereas basically every other weapon in Team Fortress 2, to deal maximum amount of damage, you have to sacrifice something in return. So to mitigate damage ramp up, you have to close the distance and make yourself vulnerable to damage ramp up as well. When it comes to projectiles, same thing, and you take splash damage. When it comes to Demo Man, limited range on his grenades also puts you at greater risk for taking higher damage yourself. So basically every weapon in TF2 that deals higher amounts of damage, you have to put yourself at risk, or there's a higher level of investment, like having to build a sentry gun, or build or set up a sticky trap, all those things. The sniper rifle has none of that. So something that would make investing into a headshot more costly, either by forcing him into more tunnel vision downtime, or heavily punishing him after a shot by increasing his reload speed, or adding a tracer, or reducing his ammo count so he has to go get ammo packs more often. Something that makes the cost trade-off onto that player higher every time he takes a shot is the general direction that that video was going in, which is why I think it's very good. So, something in that order. Sandman. 50% bonus damage on Moonshot. Okay. 25% faster recharge rate. Sure. Fire a ball that damages enemies. Okay. Stuns enemies with the weapon active, so still the same. On hit, gain a 2-second speed boost. Speed boost duration is doubled on Moonshot. Okay, so you get a 2-second speed boost on hit. Same, I'm assuming the same stun where you're slowed down. Slow generally feels unfair to the receiving party. Buffing this weapon will only result in more annoying encounters, and changing the function of the ball was deemed unnecessary. So, same stun, but you get speed boosts now, is basically what this is. You get a 2-second speed boost on hit. That's basically it. So, it makes it a little bit less useless, is how I'm interpreting this. It's the same stun where it just slows them down, so it's a little less useless, which is good. Anything that makes this less useless is fine. Is that the direction I would take it? No. If I had the keys to the kingdom, what I would do is I would not do a speed boost. He's not talking about slowdown effects, he's talking about stuns. Slow feels unfair for the receiving party. Buffing this weapon would only result in more annoying encounters. Changing the function of the ball was deemed necessary. So fire a ball, it damages enemies on hit, stuns enemies with this weapon active. Wait. So, okay, I misinterpreted that. So, it only stuns people if they have the Sandman? Am I interpreting that right? So this only stuns other Sandman scouts. Okay, rewind everything I just said. No one's going to use this. So you get a pitiful 2-second speed boost when you hit someone with it. Okay. In exchange for a 50 in exchange for an always worse melee and a ball that does some damage. No one's going to use this. I think it means it stuns if you hit and still have the bat out. Stuns enemies with the weapon active. See, the English here translates into that you stun other users of the Sandman, not that you stun people while it's active yourself. So as soon as you put it away, the stun goes away? I think the wording is bad, yeah, so I'm not sure what this means. So assuming, giving the most charitable interpretation, that the stun is when you have the weapon active, it's useless. Because you can't capitalize on that, and you can't trust your own teammates to capitalize on that. So at best, you're always getting a 2-second speed boost on hit, because you ideally want to be able to keep dealing damage to the person you hit with the ball. So, and this is kind of inconsequential most of the time, and then if you hit someone so far away for a 4-second speed boost on Scout, it's not that much, with an always worse melee. So, yeah, and then they have a 50% damage penalty where, okay, so you can't even, like, melee someone to death if you hit them with the ball. So what's the point of having the stun at all? Because, again, no one's going to capitalize on that unless you're heavily coordinating with your team, which you would in 6s, which is what this mod is heavily geared towards, but in vanilla play, no one would touch this. In vanilla play, no one would touch this. So, in my opinion, we need to not balance for competitive mode. If we're wanting to balance for vanilla TF2, in my opinion, leave the Sandman the way it is right now, change nothing about it, except allow people to combo with the Cleaver. Because now they can shoot back and defend themselves if they're going to be at the mercy of a crit from the Cleaver. Because the bullshit aspect of the old Sandman was that you couldn't shoot back. Now that that's gone, I think reintroducing the Cleaver combo would be fine. And that's where I say leave it. Make Cleaver crit combo damage to 150? It did. The old Cleaver combo did 150 damage, plus bleed. So, yeah, somewhere around there. Okay, Sun on a Stick. Debuffs. Debuffs? Afterburn, Bleed, Jarate, Milked? 100% critically burning players while active, 25% shorter duration on debuffs. So you get more healing, and your debuffs go away faster. But you block medic healing, and you have a damage penalty. It's not horrible. It's not the worst. You get more health from health kits, not much, because 25% doesn't translate into that much. Dispensers heal you 25% faster, which is nice. So that'd be useful for a scout. So, like, if you take damage and you back up, you can go heal up more quickly from a dispenser or get more health from health kits. This is actually pretty good. So, you get shorter debuffs while active. So, if you're running away, you get Jarate or Mad Milk, you can pull it, or if you're bleeding, or if you have Afterburn, you pull this out and it makes it go away faster. That's pretty good. Then you have more health from all health kits and dispensers when it's active, and when it's put away, you can still be healed by medics. This is probably really good. Is it too good? I don't think so, but I think this is pretty strong in practice. On a scout, anyway. It's while active, so it's not the worst. You can't attack when your debuffs are running out quickly. And it has to be active when you're getting more health from health kits or dispensers. But because of how quickly Scout can swap weapons to get more health from health kits, this is available to you all the time, regardless of debuffs. So this is pretty strong to basically always have more health from all health kits whenever you want, because of how quickly you can swap. So I don't know how I feel about that, because why would you ever use this over this? So I think this might be a bit much. I think 25% more healing from beams and not health kits. Nope, that'd still be too strong. Shit, I don't know. Might be too strong with that stat, but I think this is better. Definitely better than what we have now. Yeah, would I prefer the son on the stick being a Boston Basher or a Fire Rap Assassin? I mean, I like it being a utility melee more. So I like the idea of reworking it into a utility. I think that's a nice idea for the Sun on the Stick. I think trying to make it a damage dealer was kind of silly. And the direction of the shorter afterburn is nice on the weapon and the less fire damage taken. But making it a more general utility item, I think, is probably not the worst idea. I think this is my favorite balance change I've seen so far, other than the shortstop change. I do like this. I think this in play might be a little bit strong, but it's not bad, because this is almost always a direct upgrade from the stock bat, basically. Other than if it's active, which a Scout's melee is basically rarely ever active. It blocks medic healing, so almost always a direct upgrade to the stock bat. So, it's good. Playing around with healing percentages feels wrong. I think in a very narrow range of use cases, you can actually get away with it and have it be fine. Like, for example, the back scratcher is great when you don't have a medic on your team. Which is, to be fair, pretty often. And even if there is one, you can just go pick up health kit. Like, a small health kit gives you half health, which is pretty good. Yeah, there's no way we're getting through all of this today. It's way too much, but... Soldier. Airstrike. Okay. So this is the same. Clip size increased on kill. 50% faster firing speed while blast jumping, sure. 35% damage penalty against buildings. 25% smaller explosion radius. 20% explosion radius. So, okay, so you have even... Okay, so... whoa, Jesus. All right. So, what you've done is you have normal damage rockets with way smaller blast radius. So it's basically the same blast radius issues we have now, where if you're airborne, you're not going to be hitting anything. And then 34% damage penalty against buildings. I think... Increases soldiers' bombing potential by an extreme amount, especially on sustained kill streaks, allowing soldiers to easily destroy vulnerable, low-health targets like heavies and sentries with lower counterplay. Dude, in normal vanilla play, no one uses this thing, because the amount of sacrifice you have to go through to land a successful bomb basically guarantees your death. I made an entire video about why this weapon falls short on so many fronts, so I think... I still stand by what this weapon needs. Just remove the additional blast radius reduction while airborne, because this basically makes it impossible to deal any damage unless you're very close to your target. And by making the smaller explosion radius always the default of 25% or whatever it is, would be the buff this weapon needs. So, yeah, I still stand by that. Because having the reduced blast radius while also jumping just makes it so horrible. You have to be so accurate with your rockets, which is kind of antithetical to what this weapon is supposed to do, because you're carpet bombing, which is, you're not going for pinpoint precision. So this just guarantees it's so counterintuitive. You're missing so much extra damage. So just remove that extra stat on the current version of the weapon to be fine. And like, sure, it's strong against sentries, but that's also kind of the fault of the engineer, where if his gun is that open and that visible, you could probably take it down with any other rocket launcher just as fast outside of a few niche situations and specific placements on some maps. And then again, most of the time, you'd whip out the direct hit and 2-tap it anyway. So, instead of needing, like, 8 rockets. And also, no fast reloading. I don't think it needs fast reloading. What did you do to the beggars? Hidden 70% faster firing speed reduced to 40%? No, don't change that. Don't change the firing speed on the beggars. It needs it. Hold fire to load 3 shots. Barrage 50% faster firing speed with at least 2 rockets. Are currently loaded, sure, because they changed that. Overloading chamber causes misfire. Second and third rocket fired will have 3 degrees accurate left and then right. 35% damage penalty versus buildings, 30% slower reload time. Okay, so that was already the way it was. So you've made it worse, is what you've done. You've already made it worse. You've made it more predictable because you know it's going to go left and right, but then you nerfed it. Like, why'd you nerf it? There's no need to nerf this thing. It's already not that good. It's great for blast jumping, but in terms of dealing a lot of damage, any other rocket launcher is going to do that more consistently. There's, like, no reason to nerf this. No reason for it to do less damage to buildings, especially because you're not going to be hitting them pinpoint accurate unless you're right next to them, getting killed by them. Yeah, there really is no need to change the current version of the beggars. I think it's totally fine. Yeah, and then a perfectly accurate first rocket. I'm assuming that's what this is saying. No, just leave it. It's okay if it's based on RNG. It's fine. Leave it the way it is. Cowmangler. Charge shot no longer costs the clip to fire, but costs 1 stored charge. Okay, that's better. Does not require ammo. Sure, same thing. Fire charge shot travels 100% faster. Minicrits players and sets them on fire. On other weapon kill, gain 1 charge. So if you kill someone, it reloads a shot passively. On a kill, you reload 25% of this weapon's clip, so you can cycle more rockets. That might be too strong. But you have 25% slower reload speed. Both overtuned for 6's environments. Already going in the wrong direction again. We know why. And has barely any viable use case in casual play. Yeah, I think the current version doesn't need to be changed much for vanilla play. I mean, maybe this would be nice, where it doesn't completely deplete your shots. But, that might be a bit too strong. I'd say leave it alone, and just leave it banned in 6's, honestly. Alright, I'm doing the direct hit because my voice is getting tired. 25% damage bonus versus players, 80% faster projectile speed, mini crits, same thing. With the removal of the Wrangler shield and the full rework of the short circuit, we felt that tools such as this, which provide notable increase in sentry destruction capacity, need some adjustments. So they removed the damage bonus against sentries on the direct hit. Now this, honestly, if you're removing the Wrangler shield, that's a smart change. That's what TF2 Gold Rush did. TF2 Gold Rush did the exact same thing. Because they removed the Wrangler shield, they removed the damage bonus against buildings. Which I think is totally fine. So that makes sense. Yes, that's smart. Good. Good, smart. Last one, because my voice is getting tired. Liberty Launcher. Alt Fire. Wait, we have the... Hold on. Alt Fire. Okay, so we have like a charging mechanic on this now. Alt Fire on full rage activates banners instantly. So if you have a banner with this and it's charged, you can activate it instantly. 100% increased rage gain from all damage. 100% increased rage. Okay, so 20% faster weapon switching speed. What did you do? 100% increased rage gain. So you deal double the amount. So you gain double the. You charge your banners twice as fast with the damage dealt by this, is what this is saying. 25% faster weapon switching speed, so faster, so comboing with this. 20% less self-damage taken from blast jumps. Okay, so 50% short. Okay, so why? So you half the banner duration, but you can charge it slightly faster. 25% smaller explosion radius, 20% less max ammo. Weapons glow purple when rage is full. But it's normal damage rockets. So normal damage rockets with 25% smaller explosion radius and less ammo. So basically, we've reverted back to the old Liberty launcher, but with 4 rockets. So it's almost always a direct upgrade, except slightly smaller explosion radius, because you have 4 shots now. And you have double charge rate on banners, but they're 50% shorter. No one would use this with the banner. Everyone would use it as an almost always better rocket launcher, is what people would use this for. So the Conjurer with the Liberty launcher would charge in 240 damage. No, yeah, it would charge in 240. Yes. And the battalions would charge in 300. Yeah, so you've made this pretty strong. Because if you don't have a damage penalty on the rockets, you're charging your banners way fast. But then the 50% shorter banner duration is really short. So this is way too punishing. I don't think you need to have this do anything with banners. I think just... I don't know what you could do to this, but it'd be used for self-use banners because they activate instantly, and the rate at which you could cycle them would probably be pretty strong. Because this on paper sucks, but if you can cycle them that quickly and they activate instantly, with it, the damage chaining on this would be kind of crazy, because you have no damage penalty on the rockets. So, that might be really strong in play. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going through the rest of this. No, I'm not. This is too much. We'll do Scrandle, and then we'll call it a day. Scrandle, and then we're done. Scrandle, and we're done. All right. Let's see what horrors await us today. Dude, what the fuck? Why do they give you a bun? Why do they give you a hamburger bun with the shitty American cheese on the French fries and ketchup? Versus pie, mash, and liquor. I think I would choose this one. The pie, this is just sad. It's cheap, but this is garbage. I'm going for the pie and the mashed potatoes. Truthfully. Just that's just the better one. With some kind of gravy. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, it's so burned. Oh, jeez. And the patty is so small and the cheese is so dry. Versus a really tasty looking donut that's free. It's free. Instant winner. What are we doing? Yes. Oh, that burger looks good. Oh, that burger looks so good. Holy shit. The hot dog looks good too, but man, that looks fucking heavenly. Look at that fucking bro. Let me move this. That burger looks heavenly. I'll put y'all in the middle. Like up here. Or over here, actually. Yeah, that's looking quite tasty. I'm thinking the burger. Yeah, not even a contest. Chili dog, it's $16. Does the beer come with the Hulk fist? Is this where the money is going? Because this is like $20 US for a chili dog and a beer. I hope it comes with the glove. I hope we get that. I hope we can take this home. Because it's taking me home without paying for dinner first with that price point. Jesus. Versus a sad-ass pizza. I think the chili dog. Yeah, it's not that much of a spread, but that pizza was really, really failing. Okay. Cheesecake and ice cream or a giant slab of snacks. I'm thinking the giant slab of snacks is 100% the winner. Easy. You get six burgers, fries, rings, mozzarella sticks for like $25. That's a bargain. That's a lot of food for $25, man. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, just not even a contest. No contest. Ooh, a cup of pigs in a blanket, or that just looks like a pile of... dude, if you're not melting your cheese, ew. Melt the cheese at least, okay? Melt the cheese at least. Or pigs in a blanket. I like pigs in a blanket, and they're bacon wrapped. I think it might be the pigs in a blanket. Unmelted cheese is just wrong. You have to melt that shit. Yeah, pigs in a blanket. The bacon was doing the heavy lifting there. A hot dog with relish or herring and onion fish brötchen. I'm assuming I pronounced that right. I'm thinking the hot dog. That hot dog's looking mighty fine. With the relish too. Yeah. Not even a contest. Ooh. This is a hard one. I think it's this. The chicken and fries looks way more appetizing. So much more appetizing than the sweet chili fried chicken. That looks saucier. That looks more flavorful. And it has French fries instead of white rice. Best one yet, amen. I'm thinking, yeah, this is... There's no way. How was that the winner? That's bullshit. That is 100% bullshit. There's not a chance in hell that that one's the loser. Not a chance. That's some horse shit. Bullshit. The left looked dry. The one on the right looked dry. The left one had like way more delicious looking. Some bullshit. So medium rare steak roll or steak pie mashed pizza. Okay, I think the pie's the winner because that looks sad. I'm voting the pie. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why is that the winner? Sad, like the fat wasn't even rendered on the steak. It was chewy, fatty gristle in a bun. I guess people really don't like the British slop, that's true. Dude, this is a microwavable burger. Here's like the ingredients. You have a shitty microwavable burger. Or that. Brisket roll all the way. Fried chicken in a cone. I think the shrimp roll is... These are the same price. These are the same price. Why is... Dude, my country sucks. For trying to sell this to you for like $12 is a crime. That is evil. $12. Shrimp sandwich. Easy. Okay, we scored just a little above average. Just a little above average. Okay. I'm happy with that. So long as we're above average in the ratings, I call that a win. I call that a win. That fried chicken one, this one, that's some horse shit. That is some grade A, unadulterated, unmitigated, bona fide horse shit. There's no way that this is the one that has the lower rating. There's not a chance in hell that that one has the lower rating. Not a chance. This looks dry as fuck. It does. They both look good, but this is the winner, and they're like the same price. What are we doing? This one's also bullshit. Look at the unrendered fat. It's just gristle in, like, dry bread. This is better. It's like more food. But I guess people don't like the mashed peas. I think the mashed peas doesn't like... It looks like, you know, vomit, so that's probably a factor. That one's on me. This one's not. This one's on me. This one's not. This is the clear winner. Every day. 100%. Yeah, baby food. Baby food being sold to adults. I want my peas whole, round, and firm. Testicle joke in there somewhere. Anyway, that's the stream for today. Thank y'all for hanging out. Second channel video coming out tomorrow. It's a short and sweet little video. I put a lot of effort into the editing and the writing, so hopefully you guys like it. Video out tomorrow here on the second channel. Shortstop videos underway. Stream on Friday is Fallout. I'm not bailing out on Fallout. I'm doing Fallout Friday. I will do it. Saturday, I've yet to decide if I'm gonna do more TF2 Gold Rush or Rats Instagib. I might do Rats Instagib on Saturday because I'm feeling a hankering for playing more Rats Instagib. We'll see. But if not Rats, more Gold Rush on Saturday. And that's about it. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for your lovely donations today. You're all very kind individuals. If you want notifications for when I go live, join the Discord linked in the description below. You get notifications for when I go live and when I upload and other dumb bullshit. And that's about it. You guys take care. Stay cool. It's hot as fuck. And I'll see you on Friday. Take care.